Hey, buddy. No, it's going to be a different link. I'm going to give everyone a little bit before I open it up. And I'm probably going to prioritize new people. Because at a certain point, you have to practice. Ah, never mind. We are waiting on a text from that girl. That's right. That is something fresh. How's my health? I'm fine, man. I'm good, bro. Like I'm over like the sickness. I just um I just lost my voice because I was coughing for like 3 weeks. I'm still coughing a little bit. It's just cleaning out whatever shit was in my lungs. It's just a lingering cough, but I'm fine. Like I only had a fever for like 2 days, but it was just a lot of sinus pressure, sinus fucking running, congestion, chest congestion, just a lot of coughing. But the actual virus was gone within a couple days. I just lost my voice because of fucking coughing so much. And I talked for 5 hours yesterday. So that probably contributed to it. Black elderberry sambuco. I mean, maybe. Maybe I can drink my own piss. Maybe that'll help. Uh, all right, there's the Zoom. I am gonna prioritize new people, and at a certain point, you you know, you guys just gotta do stuff. Oh shit. Sorry. Trev. Now I have an incredible girlfriend. Keep changing lives, buddy. Oh shit, that's awesome, man. Did you send another message? I only see that message, but you said "and now," so that makes it sound like you wrote something before. I don't know if it got cut off. If you used any sort of like raw language, it probably self filters. But oh, okay. Yeah, if there was anything like in there like shit or fuck or pussy or anything like that, I don't know. It must have filtered out. I don't want to make you write it out again. But that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. I hope that's really cool. That's really cool, man. I hope that you and her are very happy and that you have a long and healthy life together. And yeah, man. I wish you all the best. That's awesome. I'm seeing her tonight. You'll be invited to the wedding. I appreciate it, man. I've been surprised at the number of people who tell their girlfriend or their wife, like even my clients, like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to my girlfriend about the advice you gave me," and I was like, "Oh, okay." It's very interesting. I actually have a super crazy story. Um, it's really weird. Um, but I had a client a long time ago, like years ago, and we just did a few sessions. Um, maybe like three. We did like three in a row, and then we did one like a year later. And it was just about him figuring out his relationship because he was waiting until marriage to have sex. He's had sex before, but he decided to like do the Christian, born again Christian route. And him and his girlfriend were both waiting until marriage. And so he was trying to figure out how to have a relationship without sex. And I was like, okay, well, it's going to change things, but not like fundamentally, but a little bit. And I gave him some advice on how to deal with the drama and whatnot. And we did a call like a year later just to go over some stuff, and then he said, things are going well. And then I didn't hear from him, except for I reached out to him for a testimonial, and he sent me a quick little message. Fast forward a couple years later, at the end of this last year, 2025, like right at the end. And I get a message from a girl, and she wants coaching. And we get on the call, and she's like, "Hey, by the way, my husband, you've given coaching to him before, like in the past." I was like, "What?" Well, she tells me it's this guy. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, okay." And I was like, "Okay, well, what do you need me for?" And she's like, "Well," and kind of went into the story, and they were having big troubles, and it's, and she said something that like, when we were dating, he had gotten coaching from a couple different guys, but you were the best because you were like balanced. Because a lot of the guys, the couple guys he coached with or was reading their advice, they were kind of advising more like a red pill, kind of unemotional, like kind of douchey approach. And I was, in the middle, like, yeah, you need to be strong, but, you don't be afraid to like give your girlfriend attention, because a lot of these coaches were like saying, don't give her too much attention. But like to the extreme, I'm like, she's your girlfriend. Like, what's wrong with giving her attention? Like, normal, healthy shit. Anyways, they were having problems. She had anxiety. They had drama. but it got really bad and he left the apartment. And she definitely did some things wrong. But the more I learned, the more I saw that he was really, really fucking up too. And he was very emotionally immature, and I'd seen both sides. And she knew where she went wrong. Anyways, he ends up like kind of just like ghosting his wife for like 7 weeks. No. Yeah, like a little over 2 months. And ends up divorcing her over text. And I was like, this dude is the most limp dick faggot. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, this guy he's a piece of shit. Like, a real rancid piece of shit. And it was really unfortunate to see that. I'd only had a few sessions with him. I guess I didn't have enough time to really have an impact, but Jesus Christ. And so I actually coached the wife on how to deal with the situation. And it's really interesting to see things from the woman's perspective. I've coached women before. I've coached 2 lesbian women and 2 previous straight women. And then I have a current client who's a straight woman. And then I was coaching this girl. So I've coached like half a dozen girls. But it was so interesting to see things from her perspective. And I think a lot of guys I think they overestimate how much women judge us. They're pretty understanding. If they're a good woman. I mean, if she's a cunt, then all rules go out the window, right? Same with assholes. Like, who cares? If a guy's an asshole, no amount of charisma or, like, being cool to him is going to help. He's just a piece of shit. But, like, she was pretty understanding of a lot of his problems. And the reason I'm bringing this up in response to you, Trev, I'm sure this is like, well, how the fuck did this come? Is because, you know, I've had clients tell me that like they were like open with their girlfriends or wives about like getting coaching from me. And this one ended up being interesting that like because he was open with her about who I was and how I was helping him, she ended up reaching out to me years later when she had problems, and then I ended up coaching her. I think she shouldn't be with him. First of all, they have horrible compatibility. They are not compatible people. And second of all, he is one big fucking pussy. Like, Jesus, like, imagine being such a coward you divorce your wife over text. Like, there are levels of faggotry, and that is, like, wow. Wow, like, wow. I mean, that guy is fucked. Like, good luck having a healthy relationship after that. And there's another detail that I don't want to share, but, like, the circumstances in which he left her, like, this guy is a fucking piece of shit. It pissed me off so much. Yeah, a lot of the men's dating advice, it's swinging in the other direction right now. Because for a long time, a lot of men were getting shamed, right? And women, like, the zeitgeist. It didn't really, like, what was being talked about was men were kind of shamed. And, at least on the surface, right? And so I was kind of a little bit, like, pro guys for a while. Because I could see how the culture was kind of like a little bit anti-men. It didn't really affect on the ground too much. Like, most people were just kind of normal, you know? That's why you can't get too lost in these internet things. Like, you're just seeing a very highlighted, fixated, loud portion of the population. It doesn't really reflect reality too much. A little bit. Like, it's a little bit. But, like, not to any substantial degree where, like, you know, it wasn't okay to be a man. It was just like what the culture was talking about. But then there's been a shift in recent years. And now it's becoming very like pro-man, anti-woman. And it's going to swing, like conservatism is going to swing pretty hard. And women are going to take a hit, I think, at least in the discourse, right? Like, for the most part, things are going to kind of just be the same in reality. But it is going to affect a little bit of things. But now I find myself, like, a little bit more, like, going out of my way to, like, be more critical of men. And I'm also more critical of men because we're the leaders, right? Like, you can't say I'm, like, simping for women or being a feminist because I'm not. I think men are the leaders, and they should be. But by being a leader, you're in a higher level of responsibility. So I do hold men more accountable than I do women. But it doesn't mean I don't hold women accountable. People can't really see that distinction. But the more that I coach women and the more that I see women's perspectives, I'm realizing that a lot of the discourse out there, especially from dating coaches, is a little bit off. Like, I think that they think women think in a certain way. Like, they'll say, women think this. Like, oh, women think this if you do this. And it's like, that's not what they're thinking. Like sometimes I remember, like, guys would say, like, oh, if you don't pull her, she thinks you're a pussy and you're not a man and you didn't fuck her. And it's like, that's not always what's happening. Like, she's not sitting there and go, oh, he wasn't a dominant male who bent me over and fucked me. It's like, that's not her thought process. It could be, like, a subconscious thing, but I think that we're taking our ideas. You didn't fuck her, so therefore you're not dominant. And then we're, like, implanting that idea that she's actually processing thoughts that way. And it's like, that's probably not what she's thinking. She's probably just thinking, like, oh, we didn't really click. He wanted to fuck me, but I wasn't really down for it. And a lot of times she's thinking, like, because I've asked girls and I've talked and I've really thought about, like, what are they really thinking? It's like, that doesn't sound like a female type of thinking. Oh, well, he was undominant and did not close the deal. It's like, that's not a very feminine way of thinking. That's placing male thinking onto a woman. She's just probably thinking, oh, he really wanted to fuck. I was horny, but I didn't actually do it. But if I go see him again, he probably is going to expect me to fuck, and I'm not sure, and da-da-da. And that's why she doesn't see you. But a lot of times we put our male type of thinking, which is very, like, binary and linear, onto how women are thinking. And this affects a lot of the discourse in dating advice. Like, this is the root of looks maxing. Men thinking looks are everything. No, that's because you're a man. So for you, looks are everything. And you are placing that expectation onto women. But women are not thinking that way. I mean, if you're fucking hideous, then yeah, that'll have some effect. But even then, a man can make up for bad looks much more easily than a woman can. But the more that I coach women, and the more that I coach men too, and review my experiences, I realize, like, and you can't say this without people getting mad, but I think men are more the problem than women. Like, if I had to, like, split blame, I would say it's 60% men's problems, 40% women's. And part of that has to do with the simple fact that men are the leaders. So any problems that they create has a downstream long-term effect. So a lot of the discourse out there about, oh, it's men doing this and women doing this, I think that a lot of it is stemming from men. So, like, with this example of the client whose wife became my client later when he left her, like, I listened to the story pretty objectively, and she was pretty honest about how she fucked up. Like, she was like, hey, I fucked up here. Like, she was very transparent. I would say it was more his fault. to be honest. And at the end of the day, he gave up. She didn't, you know? So he added a statistical data point of the man giving up. And worst of all, he claims to be a Christian. Like, you know, I hold you to a high standard if you claim to be religious as well. He gave up a year into the marriage. And like I said, there's a detail where he left her under some pretty horrible circumstances. Like they went through something very difficult and he left her like 2 weeks after it. And it wasn't anyone's fault. It was just something that happens. And he left her. So, yeah, I don't know, man. When the zeitgeist is like pro women, anti men, I'll be usually pro men. And then when the zeitgeist is turning around, zeitgeist means like whatever, like the current mood and messages. The more anti-woman and pro-men it's going to become, I'm actually going to be a little bit resistant to that because I have to balance whatever the imbalance is. It's very interesting. But yeah, long story short, Trev, I hope you have a very good relationship and I hope you two get married. But once you marry a woman, like you better take your vows seriously. Like you can't take those vows lightly. And I get it, things can get hard. But if you say through sickness and in health, like that's a big commitment. Do not take those words lightly. Like I used to think that marriage is something, oh, you just do it for the girl, right? You just do it because whatever. But to me, it's the same. It's like, no, it's definitely a higher level of commitment. Because you're making a lifelong determination. I think that you should still have the same morality with a girlfriend, but you still have wiggle room, right? Like you can choose to break up with her, but like a marriage, like unless she absolutely betrays you, you should not leave her. Like you're just breaking your vow, right? Unless like she did something truly like infidelity. Okay, yeah. But unless that happens, like you got to stick through thick and thin. Oh, I get it, Trev. It's okay. Don't worry. I wasn't like lecturing you. I was just kind of like going on a tangent because this happened recently and it really hurt me to see this girl in pain. Like, what people do to each other is pretty brutal. I mean, she has her issues. Like, I held her accountable. I was like, you fucked up here. You fucked up here. Like, you need to fucking work on yourself. Like, I didn't pull any punches with her. I was pretty brutal. But, like, you guys need to take your morality very seriously. Milo, am I religious? Yes. I'm a Buddhist. That's how I get my oughts and my shoulds and my ought to do's. So I follow 5 basic precepts. Don't kill, don't lie, don't steal, don't be unfaithful sexually. This means both to your partner and other people's partners. Like, don't sleep with girls who have boyfriends or husbands. There's other details involved in what the Buddha said with sexual immorality. Like, don't sleep with someone who's protected by the religion. Like, if someone is a devout Muslim and they're sure and they don't want to break it, then you don't like seduce her into like having sex. Someone who's, you have your obvious morals when it comes to like sexuality that you can guess. But like the one that like is the most common is, don't sleep with someone who has a relationship or a husband, and vice versa if you have a girlfriend or a wife. And then don't take intoxicants, which means drinking or drugs. So I've been sober for, it'll be 6 years. This coming June. Why not Christianity? And This is funny actually, because I have someone who's a follower of mine. We're gonna have a talk about Buddhism. He's curious about Buddhism, and I'm very open about my Buddhist faith, and I talk to people about Buddhism. Like if they want, I'll get on a call with you and talk about Buddhism if it's something you actually truly want to understand, because I'm pretty like my levels of understanding of Buddhism are like PhD level. Like I've not only studied it academically, I've practiced it. And there's even deeper spiritual answers I would have to that without getting too woo-woo in this call. But basically, why not Christianity? Okay, so the simplest answer is that have I memorized the Pali Canon? No. I've not memorized 10,000 suttas. I've probably read a majority of them, but I haven't memorized them. Okay, so Christianity has for everyone watching, sorry if this is like totally like left field, but they asked. So Christianity is a system where you believe in a creator God, okay? And so that requires a certain level of like logical sequences. Like, okay, there was a creator and then he created everything, and then it's like, okay, well, who created him? Oh, he was always there. Like these basic logic things that people sometimes try to trap Christians in, right? And then he sent down a son and he died for our sins and blah, 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 blah. So this is a system that you believe in, right? So I look at the system and I think, okay, does this system have validity, right? Is it consistent? So the first one is being like, who created God? I don't see how he could not have been created, right? Like if people start saying things, oh, he's outside of the universe, but also inside of it. That doesn't make any sense. Like it's a contradiction, right? So then you start asking, okay, well, what's the real thing here? Like what's how do you resolve these, how do I come clean to her about my foot fetish? Dude, you're fucking hilarious. I'll get to that. Bro, I'm giving a talk about like the deepest topics on a dating coach channel, and you're asking about foot fetish. My life is hilarious. Like I hope you guys I love my life. It's funny as fuck. So how do you resolve this paradox? So the Buddha actually explains how the Christian faith works, or any faith that has a creator God. Because the Buddha lays out the cosmos. He actually explains the different realms of existence. So already inherently, if there's a religion that comes in and goes like, oh yeah, that religion works like this, da 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 da, and it isn't just outright saying it's wrong, it's just saying like, oh, this is the cause of this religion and this is how it works. It's kind of like, oh fuck. It's like someone comes in and they're like the heavyweight champ, right? And they're like, yeah, I'm the best. And then someone comes in and they're like, oh yeah, you're like here in the universe and there's like 13 other realms ahead, higher than you. You're like, what the fuck? You know, it kind of like, it has a effect on you. You're like, oh shit, here's a guy who's like placing you in the cosmos and actually explaining systematically where you are. It doesn't make it true, I understand, but it has an effect on you. It's like, whoa, that's kind of baller, right? But the Buddha explains like the different realms of existence. So human realm, animal realm, there's 6 heavens above ours, and then there's the Brahma realm, which is where Maha Brahma, it means great God, essentially, in the translation. And Maha Brahma is what the Christians call God, or what the Jews or maybe the Muslims would call God. Although, again, then we have to debate whether the God that's influencing the Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament, is the singular same being, which is an interesting question to ask if there's multiple influences there. If you theoretically come up with the idea that there are multiple gods in the universe, then things get very interesting, right? So you just start with that premise. I'm not saying you have to accept it. I'm saying you just start with it as a question, right? So you go, okay. And the Buddha says, so the universe expands and it contracts, but there's realms higher than the material plane. And when the universe restarts, when it begins, one being drops down from one of these higher realms, and he is born as the first being in the universe. And this being is called Mahabrahma, God, whatever, like the creator. Well, when he awakens, he sees that in the cosmos, he is the only being. And then, this is the fucking cool part. He says, oh, I wish for there to be other beings. I wish for there to be existence. Let there be light, right? And as he thinks that, beings start to appear. and the universe starts to populate. So let's say that's God creating the angels, right? And then they appear and they're like, oh shit, like, whoa, you know, like, oh, here's this guy. He was the first one. He created me. So they both fuel each other's belief that this guy's the first. He's the ultimate. He's the Omega. But in fact, what the Buddha says is that them being born is just their karma ripening, and they drop from a different realm and they're born here. But because they both see that this guy was the first, they all start to fall under the belief that he is the first. And so this delusion is sustained for billions and billions of years as the creation of the cosmos takes place. But really all that's happening is that everyone's karma is just ripening, and everyone's being born according to old karma that they have from a long time ago. So they were kind of sitting in these higher realms, and then they start dropping down. And then these angels also start to get like reborn in lower realms. They'll die. I think there's a reason why in the Bible it says, Jesus says, you are all gods, but you will die like princes, or you'll die like mortal princes, because probably he's speaking from the Father, he's speaking from God, and what he's saying is that he probably understands that like a lot of humans were once gods, but they dropped down, so that's why he's calling them gods. I think it's very fascinating. Anyways, but the Buddha lays out, he's like, there is no state of existence that is eternal. There's not a single state of existence that's eternal. And this is a logical fact you can see. So why would God be outside of this mortality, right? And also the Buddha says, I know there's realms above you because I can visit them, and I know that they exist. And the Buddha knows that there is no being that is the supreme. If there is a supreme being, it's a Buddha. But Buddhas are not like born, they're created. So this is the other part of Buddhism that really like gets me on. Is bro smoking DMT? No. I was asked a question about Buddhism, so I'm just giving I'm giving an answer. I mean, there is a Zoom call open if you guys click on it if you want to come ask me advice, but I'm sure not a lot of you are super interested in this, but I'll just finish because I was asked a question. So a lot of Christians are emotionally influenced by the idea that Jesus died for their sins, which is a very beautiful thought, right? Like, oh, this person, God was made flesh. Well, if you accept that Jesus was God, because there are some sects that could see that, that don't believe in the Trinity, right? That Jesus was just a man. And this could be debated, right? Because it isn't explicitly said that he's God, but that's how people interpret some of the sermons, whatever. So, like they interpret I am the way as like, oh, okay, well, I am God, blah, 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 right? In Buddhism, a Buddha is, a Buddha is someone who wants to understand how this is all working. Like, what is the answers to the universe, right? And so he's propelled towards that with his heart and his mind. But eventually he works to a point of knowledge that he he has the karma to meet a Buddha. And a Buddha is someone who has reached perfection and then awakened. They figured out the problem of the universe. And then they awaken and become enlightened. And they are freed from the cycle of birth and death because of their perfect understanding of how the universe works. So someone who will become a Buddha is a bodhisattva. So a bodhisattva is someone who wants to be enlightened but also wants to help everyone. So he meets a Buddha and he makes a vow. He says, I want to become just like you. I want to be perfect. And if that bodhisattva has reached a certain threshold of awesomeness, basically, like he's smart, he's caring, he's patient, like he has certain traits that make him fucking awesome, he will meet a Buddha who is a perfected being. It is the highest being that can exist. And there can be multiple Buddhas. It's just someone who basically perfected themselves and then became awakened. So he meets a perfect being who is awakened, and he says, I want to be like you. And if he has reached a certain threshold where that wish is so genuine and powerful, this Buddha can look into the future and he can say, you are going to become a Buddha. And at that point, he becomes a blessed one. He's confirmed. He will become a Buddha. It's an inevitable fact of the universe. Nothing can stop him from reaching perfection. And so then the journey begins. That guy goes through a sequence of dying billions of times in order to reach perfection. He goes through life after life after life after life of being better, like leveling up, becoming more patient, more kind, more understanding, stronger, smarter, more creative. Like literally every personality trait you can imagine, he just perfects it. And eventually, billions of deaths later, oceans of blood that are basically, he sacrifices himself in the pursuit of perfection. He eventually becomes perfect. And once he reaches perfection, then he has the capability to get enlightened. Because it takes a perfect being to enlighten themselves, because they do it without a teacher. They're born as a human being, like Gautama Buddha 2,600 years ago in India, and he enlightens himself. He finds out the answer himself. It takes a perfect being to enlighten yourself, because becoming enlightened is so difficult. So basically, once he awakens, then he's truly perfected because he's awake. And then he knows everything. He can do everything. He's mastered it. Like he's literally if there is a supreme being in the universe, it would be a Buddha. But he doesn't like have control over you. Like there's limits to omnipotence. So that's my other criticism of something like Christianity, is like, if you're a perfect being, then why did you create a universe that has suffering? And I know a lot of people use those kind of like gotcha things, but it's true. There's no justification for creating pain and suffering and death if you're a god. I think what people will try to explain it, oh, it's a test. Well, why are you even testing people? Why not just give everyone perfection off the bat? So, basically Buddhism makes sense, and Buddhism is baller as fuck. Like there's an emotional component to it. Like people say like, oh, Jesus died for your sins. And it's like, yeah, every Buddha has died 1 trillion times. Yeah. So, yeah. If you, and I hope I wasn't insulting towards your faith, because I don't actually disagree with it. I think that your God exists. And I think you can go join him, actually. The Buddha even explains how you can go to be with God. I just don't think it's the final answer. If anyone is interested in learning more about Buddhism, you can reach out to me in a DM or something, and I would be happy to talk to you about it. I still need to contact the other guy and let him know when I'm free to talk. But and I can share my more personal experiences with Buddhism, because you asked me, how do I know these realms exist? I don't know the realms exist. I will not tell you that I've visited these realms, but I do know the Buddhas exist. I can personally confirm they do. It's a very long story, and it's kind of wee-woo. So if you're not open to the like visions and deep meditative states, then you probably won't like it, but I can confirm. Okay. So, let me go back to foot fetishes. Okay, so DH, how do you stop being an intellectual a-hole like you said yesterday? The nerd that comes across as... Oh, okay, so basically yesterday I talked about how sometimes people will... people who haven't been cool or successful in life, they're intellectuals, so they will put their ego in their intellect, right? They weren't the cool guy. They didn't get all the bitches. So their intelligence is the refuge of their ego. And this causes you to have a certain energy, you know. So he's asking, how do you get over it? You have to stop valuing your intellect so much. You need to realize it's a tool. Like, your intellect is just a tool. But if you start to, like, catch yourself looking down on other people, like, oh, you're stupider than me, it doesn't mean you won't have that thought. I know there's people stupider than me. Like, it's not like I'm this happy-go-lucky, oh, I don't, think people are bad or worse. Like, obviously people are smarter, dumber, prettier, hotter, cooler. Like, there's obviously hierarchies. But how much importance do you attach to it? Like, if I meet someone who's not that smart, I don't sit there going, you're a worthless ant compared to me, right? And I'm not saying that you think that either. I'm just saying that there might be a little bit of that in you where you value intelligence more than other things. So you should ask yourself, first of all, what do I even mean by intelligence? I've met many people with PhDs that I do not consider intelligent. I think they were good at just reading the material and regurgitating it, and then they passed a test and they were giving a title. I don't think they're good critical thinkers. I would say the same thing to like a meathead who only values like how strong he is, or someone who only values how many girls they've slept with, or only values how much money they have, or only values, if they come from an important family. Like, I would have the same criticism towards anyone who like has a ego attached to like a singular thing. So if you value your intelligence too much, then I would say, well, okay, why don't you start valuing your sense of humor more, your charisma, your social skills? And then you'll realize you're not that good at them. So you have to see yourself as lower, right? And that's a good thing. You do want to see yourself as low sometimes. I do have the tendency to burst out a lot and become a teacher and give advice. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's actually a bad habit of mine. I mean, I spend my days being a coach. It's very hard to turn that off. So I have to purposefully stop myself from like randomly giving people advice. Because I know it makes me come off like an asshole. And then you have to ask yourself, well, why are you a teacher? In what position? What makes you deserve even to be a teacher? Are you successful? Do you have anything to actually teach? Like the people who are, the biggest perpetrators of this mindset, like let's say I go to buy magic cards, so I go to the card shop. A lot of the people who are like working at these card shops have this like I'm smarter than you attitude, but they're making $16 an hour. And I'm like, if you were smart, you probably would have found a way to make money for less work. Like, because why wouldn't you? If you're so smart, why aren't you like a lawyer or a doctor or like an intellectual who's like, you know? But they talk with this attitude. Like, you can see it on their face. They're like, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, this person said this incorrectly. And like you can just smell their arrogance. And I'm just like, it's very common in nerd communities. Dungeons and Dragons, Magic, something like that, Sure, I mean, laziness is a different quality, right? But then that's what I would say. It was like, okay, but that's unattractive. Like, being intelligent but lazy, it's like, okay, well, of what use is your intelligence? Like, why have pride over it? That's my point. They have pride attached to it. But why would you have pride attached to it when it isn't serving you? Like, I've met intelligent people who are incredibly depressed. If you were so smart, why can't you beat your depression? It's a purely mental thing. Why shouldn't you be able to defeat it? It's actively hurting you. Here, I'm a strong guy, but then I got beat up. Okay, if you're so strong, why are you getting beat up? All the time. I mean, I understand losing a fight here and there, but like all the time getting your shit beat out of you. Okay, well, you don't. What use is your strength? It seems like vanity, right? That's what I mean, but on the level of intelligence. And this is unattractive. That's what I'm teaching. Right? I'm teaching this is unattractive to the world. Like, people find this unattractive. Like, it's incredibly douchey, these people who have this like, but you're correct. You diagnosed them correctly. Like, they're lazy. Yeah, they are lazy. Again, but then I would say if you were truly intelligent, you would find a way to beat your laziness. I'm really lazy. I'm incredibly lazy. I've found ways to combat that. And I can beat it when I need to. But I'm incredibly lazy. After we get off this fucking... Well, I guess sitting here for 3-4 hours and giving advice is not, for free. Is not really lazy. But by my standards, I'm lazy. Because my standard is perfection. To me, anything less than perfection is less. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm referring to something I was talking to earlier. So, curious, any advice if the guy you like is just using you and wants to keep you a secret and then your best friend's ex likes you? Huh? Okay, so you're fucking him and he wants to keep you a secret and then your best friend's ex likes you. Best friend's ex liking you. Let me know if you're still here, by the way. Amber Gray. You can jump in the Zoom call if you want. I mean, there's a link right here. I'll send it again. I'm sure some guys would love to hear a woman's perspective. Like what women go through. And I've coached women before, so. How do I come clean to her about my foot fetish? Just fucking tell her. Like, while you're fucking, just grab her feet and start sucking on her toes. Like, just fucking enjoy it. Like, just do it. See how she responds. How do we know we've moved beyond the beginner level and we are truly ready to guide others from our own experience instead of just repeating what we've learned? I think you should always be doing that. I think you should always be thinking for yourself, testing things and rephrasing them in your own English. Like, don't use terminologies. Yeah, I'm going to need some more context here. If you want to jump in the Zoom call, you can talk to me. Like, we can just have a chat. I won't show your face, just your voice. Just don't use any names. Like, you can keep things pretty anonymous. So just click the Zoom link and you can get on the call, and I can, because I need more context here. And you're not necessarily breaking girl code by getting with your friend's ex. It depends on a couple things. And you can always ask her. But yeah, I need more context here. Because this is complicated. By the way, you advised in our coaching to be more talkative. Now I have become, but I notice people drift off. They're less interested in talking to me. Okay. Yeah, so now you have to make what you talk about interesting. Also, you have to balance it. Like, I'm not just saying talk a lot always. I'm saying if you're not talkative enough, practice being talkative to push yourself in this direction. But you might actually be better here. But it depends on the situation. With some people, you can be really talkative. Some people, not so much. It depends. Sometimes you don't have anything to say. So are you just talking for the sake of talking? Or are you talking because you have something to say? It's been driving me nuts for a while. Like I said, jump in the Zoom call. There's a link right there. I don't know if you can see it. If it's been bothering you, then let's fix it. How can I stop resenting women for lying, and about what they're attracted to? Well, you got to give me some more context here. What makes you think they're lying? So are you like saying like, oh, women say they want nice men, but they don't want nice men? That's not them lying, because they do like nice men. When a girl says, I want a guy who's nice, it's implied that she also means he's attractive. Like, it should be obvious. Like, I want a guy I'm attracted to who's also nice. But they're focusing on the nice part because they're lacking that. Like, that's the part they're frustrated with. Like, they're not just saying, I only want a nice guy. That's the only trait he should have. He can't be funny. He can't be sexy. He can't be nothing. Just nice. I think you're misinterpreting them. Unless you give me a context where you explain where they're lying. My friend knows about it, but she still acts like she doesn't care about it, but doesn't want him to get close to me. My friend knows. Okay, so you're probably not going to get in the Zoom call. I think you've implicitly said no to that. Okay, so I just have to go off texts. My friend knows about it, but she still acts like she doesn't care about it, but doesn't want him to get close to me. Okay, so she knows he likes you. Pretending not to care, but every time like he wants to come around, she like doesn't invite him or something. So she clearly she does care. So if she cares, then you probably shouldn't pursue it. Unless you think she's a bitch and you like him more than you like her. I mean, how good of a friend is she? Is she someone who's like a really close friend and you really care about her and this and that? Okay, well, if she's a really close friend, then you have to give up on it. Like, I mean, then you give up on him. Because if you sneak around behind her back, like, okay, I get it. Like, you ask her, like, are you okay? Like, let's say, I mean, you can always just meet. I mean, I'm sure you know his Instagram or his Facebook, right? If you really wanted to, you could probably contact him. But if you ask her, are you okay with this? But clearly she's not, but she said she is. Then you message him on Instagram and you guys, I don't know, start fucking. And then she gets totally pissed at it and, you know, screams at you. Is she lying when she says she doesn't care? I mean, I guess. So I guess this goes back to what Sam's asking, where he gets frustrated with women for lying. Is it a lie? It depends. Is the intention to deceive, or is it kind of like, I want to be okay with it. I don't want to be frustrated with it. I don't want to be that jealous ex-girlfriend. But I don't want to see him fucking my friend. Right? So is it a lie? I don't know. She could just be like trying to not be jealous, but it's leaking through. Is that a lie? I mean, maybe, you know, but it's not like a deceptive lie. It's like a wanting to be one way, but clearly not being that other way, if that makes sense. But should you run around behind her back with him? I don't know. She also treated him terribly when she was with him. So why are you friends with her? I mean, she sounds like a bitch. If she treated him terribly, then she's a bitch. The girl has her faults and she's moved on from him. I mean, we can justify anyone. Everyone has faults, but that's not justification. So was she a bad person? Like, this is where you have to be a little bit harsher. See, this is where girls have issues. It's not that girls are dishonest, they're just conflict avoidant. Right? They're not going to cut off a friendship, you know, unless something horrible happens. But is she a bad person? I'm not asking you if she has faults. I'm asking you if she's a bad person. And this needs to be a yes or no question. Like, what do you mean she treated him terribly? She was a bitch? Did she cheat on him? She lied to him? If any of those are the case, then you probably shouldn't be friends with her. She sounds like a fucking cunt. She was there for me when I was in a dark place. She has supported me. Okay. Sure. Yeah. She deserves credit for that. If I'm friends with someone and they were cool to me in a bad time, but I see them like cheating on their girlfriend and being a piece of shit, I'm not going to be friends with them. You can't let. It's good that you have gratitude. I mean, that's an honorable trait that you have, but you can't let that make you be friends with someone. But of course, you shouldn't not be friends with her just so you feel justified to fuck her ex-boyfriend either. So you see how this gets complicated. Because you're asking me because you probably like the guy. You probably think he's hot. Like you want to fuck her ex. I'm guessing, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be asking me. You wouldn't care. You would just be like, whatever. But you probably like him. Also, how long have you been fucking this other guy who's keeping you a secret? You probably should ask for, I'm guessing you want commitment from him. You probably should push for it. And if he won't give it to you, then you should move on. I mean, are you enjoying the casual sex? Is it like something you're okay with? Like, are you willing to accept that it's just fun? You obviously would want a relationship. Are you okay with it? As long as you're not actively hurting yourself, okay, whatever, get some dick, girl, like, good for you. But like, I love your vids, but why do you charge so much? Well, hey, man, everyone wants to be successful. I want to be successful. I'm not going to make big money if I'm charging what I used to. I'd have to have 10 as many clients to get what I'm getting paid now. Yeah, yes, I am, but I am so confused because he gives me so many mixed signals. Okay, so you're happy with just sex, but he's giving you mixed signals, like he'll be really romantic. Okay, you need to be careful. You're welcome, buddy. What do you mean mixed signals? So is he just romantic and sweet and you're interpreting that as him wanting more? Or is he actually saying, like, I want you to be my girlfriend? Or like, I want you to meet my friends or this and that, but then he'll like cancel. Like, what do you mean by mixed signals? You got to be specific. Because just because you're interpreting it as mixed doesn't mean it is mixed. Thoughts on Caleb Jones? You're asking me about Black Dragon? Bro, that nigga calls himself Black Dragon. Whatever. What the fuck else do you need to know? Alpha Male 2.0. He's still around? The second one. Okay, so he is actually saying he wants a relationship. So ask him, like outright ask him, say, hey, you've mentioned a couple times you want me to be your girlfriend, but like, do you want to be my boyfriend? Like, I kind of want some clarity. And you can say, be like, I'm not trying to push you, like you have to be my boyfriend, but you've mentioned it a couple times, so I'm kind of confused what you're trying to, like, what's going on. So you have to pressure him without pressuring him. I'll give you an example. So what my wife did while we were just dating, just hooking up, she sent me a text because we were like I would fly to Ukraine or she'd fly to Romania. We'd spend time together and da-da-da. She sent me a text. She said, hey, I just want to let you know that I am starting to get more feelings for you, and I would like this to move forward. I'm not pressuring you right now. It's not something you have to decide right now, but I just want to know how you feel and kind of gauge your temperature on like how you're feeling about these things, this relationship moving forward? Like, do you foresee anything more, or do you just want to keep this casual? Let me know how you feel. And I really appreciated that. It was a very mature way of asking me, because a lot of girls would get bitchy, like they'd just cut me off because I didn't ask them out fast enough. I was like, well, that was really immature. Or they'd ask me and I'd decline, right? But with my wife, I said, okay, hey, let's meet and talk about it. We talked about it, and I said, yeah, sure, I would like to have you as my girlfriend. I knew I wanted her as a girlfriend from our first fucking date, but I wanted to make sure. I think one of the biggest improvements that women can do in their dating life is learn when to be direct and how to do so in a non-confrontational way. Like, ask directly, because that's how men speak. Men speak directly. And that's also a good way for you to test whether a man is a man. Because if you approach a man about something directly and he evades or answers like a politician, that's usually a good answer. It either means he's a coward and a pussy, or he's trying to hide from responsibility. Well, I guess that makes him a pussy. Or he's trying to deceive you, which also makes him a pussy. So, yeah, I would say confront him, but confront him in a smart way. You got to be smart about it. And use his words against him. Like, say, hey, you've said this a couple times. Did that mean anything? And you put him in a corner. Either he says no and he's lying, which is douchey. Oh, you're so special and so do you mean anything by that? Well, no. Okay, so you were just saying it to blow smoke up my ass and make me feel good? Or yes, it did mean something. Okay, cool. Well, do you want something serious? What's going on here? I don't think a girl should go more than a couple months without like standing up for something if she really wants it. D. Is this you, Davish? Or is it... Hello? Can you hear me? Davish, how are you? This is one of my... oh, yeah, let me turn on my audio. This is one of my clients from a long time ago. We haven't talked in a couple years, but... How are you, buddy? You're good?
I'm doing amazing. All those things are starting to make sense, but um,
Have
like
you
I'm
climbed...
actually I'm the guy.
We won't say directly what you do, but have you
Yeah.
have you gone up in your career?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So
But
so you
like
you were here last time we talked. Where are you?
mhm, on level 8.5 something.
Yeah.
8.5. Yeah.
Oh my man.
In
I
fact, in fact, I have climbed so ahead. Like I have actually got my first car, so I earned a lot from that. So it is giving me a lot of like confidence and all.
good for you, buddy. I'm happy for
I'm
you,
not
man.
turning on my camera right now because I am really shit,
It's
or
okay.
else I would
That's
have
fine.
turned it on.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Good. I'm happy for you, buddy. Well, pretty soon you'll be able to afford me again, huh?
Yeah, but the old demons, they just keep on coming up, haunting social
Sure.
anxiety. And
Sure.
I was the guy who just texted you right there in the comment section about conversations. So
About what?
the conversation, like people not really trying to keep it, paying attention to me or
Ah,
this guy
you're
who I am.
DH99.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Well,
okay.
I had to change a few names because so I'm trying to be bit more private. So,
More
but
private.
hey,
I mean,
you're the
yeah.
man. So I just came out here. I'm just risking it all. So I
Good,
mean,
good.
no one is gonna watch me, but still.
No, no, no. No one's gonna watch you, and I'm not saying what you do. So because it's high profile, and
And may I
yeah.
just say something that
Sh-
the like now I'm in a position where the girls are pretty aggressive with me. Like I mean, uh, yeah, if you put like a desperate guy who's like very in need for sex and all,
Yeah,
like just reverse the roles, just turn the tables around. So
sure.
that's how I am right now. Like the girls are like after me, but right now I'm kind of more like
You're
focusing more on the
you're
social
what?
aspect. Right now really want to focus more on the social aspect. Like,
Why? If these girls want to suck your dick, why don't you let them suck your dick?
well, right? Social anxiety.
Exactly. So don't hide from it. You're still hiding from it.
Yeah, yeah. But
And
I
and,
have
and it's
become a
and
lot
it, and
more.
it's because of your
Mhm.
it's because of your position in your industry. So you're kind of using a cheat code, right? So because if you were just a guy who's in a social environment, you wouldn't be having these results because you haven't yet gotten those social skills. But because you're succeeding professionally and because of the culture you're in, these girls are now throwing themselves at you. And they were even throwing themselves at you last time we talked. Remember that girl was in your fucking apartment and she was talking about her
Yes,
boobs?
yes.
Right.
But now it's like 10 times more.
It's 10
10
times.
times more.
Well, then why aren't you fucking getting laid? Why are you not rich and why are you not getting laid? Huh? Mm.
I guess the
Mm.
silence answers
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because if you say you're at an 8.5, you should be cleaning up. So
I
it's
mean,
still the same thing we've talked about for years.
I think I'm that example, which is like, I mean, I'm an example to the world. Like, you can have fame and you can have everything around, and you can still be a nerd without social skills. Like, you
Yes.
cannot really be successful socially. I mean, I don't think money can buy social skills. Like,
No.
I absolutely 100% agree, and this is something which I've realized after our coaching sessions.
Yes. 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 Now you're seeing it for yourself. So you need to fix this because here's the problem, buddy. When you go from an 8.5 to a 10 and you're, working on the big stuff, then you're going to find a girl who will do all the work for you. You won't even have to seduce her. She'll do it for you. And you're going to say yes. And then she's going to suck your dick so good because you haven't had anyone like that. And she's going to be so seductive. And then guess what? She's got you. And all that work you put in to climb to the top of your industry is going to get fucked. She'll take everything. You need to be careful about gold diggers and predatorial women. You really need to be careful because you have something to lose. And you're in a culture that will cut your head off in 2 seconds. We've talked about it. Your society they will throw you under the bus in 2 seconds. 2 seconds flat. They'll throw you in the Ganges. They don't give a fuck. Be very careful.
But I mean, like this year, so after a coaching session, uh, there was a bit of shit in your life and it was pretty low, right? So, like, I mean, I think we had a talk once, and I said you something like, I'm not really ready to go ahead with the coaching sessions and stuff like that. And then we got on a call and stuff. So, actually, there was a pretty bad point of my life. But now I'm actually planning to, be more aggressive with it because I I don't know. I mean, you take my impression. Like you just hear my voice and you tell me if I'm thinking it right or not. Like how true I am with myself. I really don't know. But deep down, I really feel I should be more aggressive, honestly. And I have come to a point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck about anything. I mean, I don't. I mean, yes, I do give a fuck about social skills and all, but I am I just don't want to. I mean, I'm like, if even if I'm embarrassed or even if like I'm humiliated in some way, I'm like, so what? So I just want to go ahead with that. And this is a like decision that I just made up like in the month of January. So
Well, you can't say you don't give a fuck, but then if you didn't give a fuck, then when these girls throw themselves at you, you would just say, okay, hey, come over.
exactly,
So,
like I'm being a hypocrite.
right. Yes. Yes. So you have to test yourself. Invite a girl to come over. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to get. Because if you do get to a 10 and you're doing the stuff we've talked about, and you're at the top of the industry, then there's a bigger chance that if you invite someone and hang out with them, they are a shark. And you might not be ready to tell if they're a shark or not. You need to get experience being around these girls. You need to watch. Like, let's say you invite 5 of these girls who are like DMing you or whatever, right? Or they're working with you and you sleep with them. Can you watch their behaviors and tell who's using you and who's not? Who's using you to climb up? Who's fucking you because they like you? Who's using you because they know you're going to be bigger and that you're going to be, rich and famous and blah, blah, blah. You don't know. All you see is pretty pussy. Now, we've talked about examples with D and S and,
But these days I'm having feeling like maybe like the P and like whatever the girls were talking about. Maybe they had some sort of like malintentions regards to this stuff. But these days I really feel like uh, the intentions that are shown when girls and like the signs or the interest, they are pretty genuine. I do feel like
it's
that. Do you
it's
think?
possible. I'm not saying it's not, but you have to test it. The only way to test it is to actually date them. Then you'll see. You have to date them. It's purely abstract right now. You can't tell who's a shark or not unless you have the skills until you start seeing how they interact. So as soon as you sleep with her, is she going to start telling everyone? Is she going to start like asking to meet your family? That's a bad sign. She's pushing too hard. She's trying too hard. That's a sign that she's trying to get deep into my life real quick. Or is she just enjoying our time together? Is she asking me to find her more, work? Okay, that's a sign that she's using you. You see? But you won't know until you start dating them. So none of this, you can't proceed until you are actually dating them. So if you say, oh, I don't give a fuck, if I get embarrassed, unless you are trying to get with these girls who are, you say, throwing themselves at you, whatever that means, until you do that, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just talk. So invite them to hang out with you and make a move. I mean, we've gone over it. You've been in a room alone with the girl. She's like showing her cleavage, saying she wants to model for you in her lingerie, and you don't do anything.
Looking back at that incident, I think when we went over that particular, like coaching session, looking back, I really think I was pretty stupid back then.
You weren't
And
pretty stupid. You were fucking retarded. You were,
yeah,
yeah, you
retarded.
were retarded. Like, I don't know how much more direct you want a girl to be.
Well,
So,
I do have, yeah, please.
do you have an example of you making a move or no?
No, like right now, I've kind of taken a break from everything. Like I mentioned, I'm
Well,
gonna start once again.
just fucking literally message them right now. I mean, I know it's like fucking 3 a.m. for you. Or no. What time is it there?
It's 1:30.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So, message some of them and ask them to hang out with you. Just do it. Their interest probably has not gone away. Say hey, whatever. Let's grab a coffee. When are you free?
Yeah. So regards to that, like every girl that I work with, okay, I did ask them out later on text, but they said like no. I mean like either they, like first of all, it's like either they just left me on scene, okay, or the second is like they were like very direct, like, sorry, we are not looking for anything like that, or like,
I thought you
sorry,
said they're throwing
that was
themselves at you.
yes, they do. But then, like afterwards, it's like I mean, I don't know, and it's probably because of my ego, that I wait for a very long time, and like I wait probably like for a week or two, and then text them. So I'm partly to be blamed,
So what do you mean?
or maybe
When
for
when
both.
do they throw themselves at you, and when do you ask them out? So like, let's say the
Uh-huh.
project begins, and then you ask them out 2 months later.
Yes, that's exactly my pattern.
Okay, so I mean, Ember has one explanation. Yeah, they change their minds. So what happens is they like you. Oh, hey, this guy, he's really good at what he does. Blah blah blah. I mean, I'm sure people listening can already put the math together on what you do. But like, okay, I like him, and then he doesn't do anything. He's keeping it too professional. Okay, he must not like me, and so they're like whatever. Um, or they think they do go, they like you at first, and then they can tell you're nervous, and then they lose attraction, right? So either they think you're not interested in them, so they get upset and they're like whatever. They lose interest in you because you become unattractive. Or third, and this is a possibility, they were just flirting with you to maintain the relationship on set, right?
Like uh, I really think that it's a mixture of the first and the second one. Okay,
Okay.
I'm not saying the third could be wrong. Okay,
I don't
but
think it's not
my
the most common. It's not the most common. It's probably one or two. But okay.
yes,
So, do you know what the answer to both of those problems is?
yes.
Okay, then do it. Then do it. But are you taking a risk? Yes, of course you are. That's the whole point.
Hmm.
That's the essence of masculinity, risk taking, assertiveness, risk taking, courage. These are masculine traits that women like.
So can I say something? Okay, like I did try it out a bit of few stuff. Okay, like it's just like normal talk and small talk and stuff like that. So can I share a few incidents with you?
Sure.
Okay. So like if you remember when we were going through our coaching sessions, like these girls were okay. Even after our coaching sessions, now there was like this one chick. Okay, while we were walking around, like there was no one around actually, and she like literally said to me like, "Do you really not think I'm sexy or something like that?" And she was just being very seductive. And I mean, there are lots of incidents like that that really happen. And I, of course, I never took any initiative. I didn't show interest. But now, okay, like in my last couple of projects, okay, I went there and I did try to make a bit of a small talk. But I get the feeling that the last girl that I worked with, okay, it was just a small talk. It was not really seductive or anything like that. It was just like a small talk. I think I gave off the energy that I'm very much too cool for school. So she picked up on that, and then she started, reciprocating it back because.
Yes.
And here's the
She
thing,
she
like
saw she saw that you were either playing this game, so she played it, or she felt like it was real and you didn't like her, so she loses attraction for you.
right, exactly. But
It's
then,
really simple, buddy. If a girl likes you, you show her interest. If she pulls back interest, you pull back interest. Not because you're playing a game, but because if someone loses interest in me, I lose interest in them. There's no reason to play too cool for school when she's showing interest. Playing too cool for school is a defensive. It protects your ego. It's a self defense mechanism. And you're playing too cool for school to protect yourself from the risk of looking like a loser or a creep if you get rejected. It's simple, man. Make a move. If she doesn't reciprocate, go, okay, cool, no worries, and you move on. She'll see that, and unless she's some crazy bitch, she won't like tell everyone that you're weird or blah 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 blah. He was
But
respectful.
I'm actually ready to, being labeled as weird. And
You what?
honestly, I am actually ready to being risked as labeled as, weird. I mean,
You people do
it's a
think you're weird?
no, they don't think me as weird, but like I'm actually ready to, like take a bit of
Oh,
risk
you're
with that.
ready. You're
Even if,
ready.
yeah,
You're
even
okay.
if it labels me as a risk
Then
weird,
prove
I'll take it.
it. You say you're ready, but you haven't. Then text. Are any of these okay? Have any of the girls that you've worked with, have you not asked them out? Or all of them you asked them out at the end of the project?
All of them as them are at the end of the
And then you get left
project.
unread?
So
Oh,
I
man.
did something. I did something different. Like in the last project, the girl I worked with. Okay, I was working with, and then it was all good and stuff like that. But towards the end of the project, something else happened. Like I was being more talkative to her, but she was not reciprocating that. I did took her, IG handle, saying that once this project is in, I'ma tag you on IG. So I text. She had like posted um, a pic with her cat. So I just DM'd her like, is it a boy or is it like a male or a female? And she responded female. So it was just like one word answer, and I got a feeling like, yeah, I fucked up right there because I was giving off unaccidentally the energy of being too cool for school, and she reciprocated the same, which really led me to go back to our lessons and think more deeply and like journal a bit. So that's one thing, and the other thing is like I mentioned in the YouTube comment section right now, like I'm talking to these people, and I'm just talking for the sake of it, I guess, because they're not keeping attention. Like for example, uh, my my brother came to meet me, so I was just talking to him, and I was just like we were just taking a walk around the park, and out of nowhere he just pulled up his phone and started clicking picture. So I was like, yeah, I think maybe I'm coming across very talkative, or maybe I'm not really that interesting.
Yeah. If you're talking and people aren't listening, it's because you're not interesting.
And interesting is by showing more expressions and facial
There's
gestures
a
and
technical element
smiling.
of being of good expressions, but there's also the substantive element of what the fuck are you talking about? Is it even interesting? I mean, the content of what you talk about needs to be interesting. I can talk
Most of
about
the time,
something
I'm
interesting but be boring and people might not pay attention. I can also talk about something boring but be interesting about it and still overall be boring. Like you need to do both. You need to have something good to talk about and do it in an interesting way.
so one common theme that I noticed in few of interactions, the small talks, is even when we're working with my co-artists or like the girls that I work with, is that I usually talk about myself. So is it a bad trait? Should I just shut the fuck up? And like, if I shut the fuck up, then what should I talk about?
Yeah, you probably do talk about yourself too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to reduce it. So like, if I just shut the fuck up, right? So then, what do we really talk about?
Uh talk about people. Talk about them. So let's say you're working with a girl. Hey, how long have you been in the industry? Da 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 da. Are you enjoying this project? You know what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Oh, okay, cool. Like you can go from a professional conversation um to a personal conversation. Everyone wants to talk about either themselves or a topic that they like, and you figure that out by fishing. You got to fish, test things, ask them questions, and eventually you're gonna feel a tug. They're gonna go because they're gonna change. Their energy's gonna change. They're gonna start talking about what they're passionate about. Ask people their opinions on things. People love to fucking talk. Like if you want to get me to talk about video games, Buddhism, or bitches. You talk about one of these three things, I'll talk all fucking day. Hey, Hector, what's this about Buddhism? Oh, go get ready. Boom. I'll go 2 hours. Oh, hey, Hector, what about this? 2 hours. Hey, Hector, have you played that new... What are you playing? Oh, I'm playing Resident Evil 2 Remake. Oh, my God, it's so fucking cool. I like... But you also have to do it in an interesting way. You don't have interesting fundamentals. You still talk the same fucking way you've talked since we started working together. Who the fuck knows how long ago? You still talk the same. But you take responsibility now. When we first started working together, you know our conflict. You at least take responsibility now. So it feels different, but the way you talk is still the same. Oh, I'm ready to be embarrassed. I don't care anymore. Bullshit. Show me. Oh, well, I text her 2 months after the movie finishes. Okay. The fuck? That's not courage.
I guess it's back to
It's
lessons
back
that we
back to the same fucking thing.
because
And it's
I misunderstood with something like you said like being more expressive, being more talkative. In fact, I have it right here on my notepad too, and you mentioned that. So I think I misunderstood it as like just talking about myself. So either that or
yeah, but the entire problem psychologically of why we had our conflict in the beginning, basically for anyone watching this, I was giving him advice. He didn't like the advice I gave him. He got mad at me. We got in a fight, and then he apologized. So,
so anyway, but just a second. So everyone who's watching, you can see like I'm an asshole, but Hector is the man. So the asshole is back again. Okay, like I could fight with him. I had like we have probably like 2 or 3 fights, but still I'm
yeah.
his recurring client. So anyone who's like being very hesitant, just go ahead. It's shitload of money, but it's gonna be worth it.
And and I mean, some of these things take a long time. Like, look, buddy, your problem, yes, it is a little bit like you were raised in a nice family, you were pampered, you didn't really have to work that hard, and you were soft. And I came along and I said some harsh things, and it was hard for you, right? But now is the time. It's enough. It's enough. You've spent enough time talking. And clearly you've made progress. Like I said, when we talked, you were at a 5 in the industry. Now you said you're an 8.5. So you have the potential, right? And I'm pretty sure we're going to see your work everywhere, soon. But fix this now. It's done. I'm tired of hearing talk. Do it. Make a move. Or, how about this? Wild fucking thought, buddy. Stop going after girls you're working with. Maybe just go after girls outside of it. I know your country, your culture is a little bit weird, but like, go approach some girls. You said that in the area you're in, it's a little more liberal and more okay, right? Go talk to some girls.
So you said something like my voice is still the same, like it's not really expressive.
Yeah, you're not like you're still like I don't know 7-Eleven. Like you're not like I don't hear any like roar in your voice. You still have the same cadence. Like you're just like, oh well, I talk about this and I talk about that, but you're not like, well, like there's no emotions. Like you don't have any like there's no flavor. There's no originality to your speech. You just kind of talk like this, and then you talk like this, and then you say this, and then you do this, and you. Like if you were to say fuck, oh fuck, you're right, Hector. It's not gonna feel like you really feel it. You say it like a little kid who's afraid to say a curse word. Oh fucking bloody hell, right? You need to go, fuck me, bro. You know what? I'm so fucking tired of doing the same goddamn thing. You've been telling me the same thing for 5 years and I'm still not fucking listening. God damn it, I'm such a pussy. All right, Hector, come on. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fuck some pussy. Like talk like that. Like is this connecting?
Yes, it is. It is.
Then do it. Go approach a girl today. You say you're afraid of, you're not, you want to let go of embarrassment. Then go approach a girl. Not go. Yeah, there's a girl in the chat. She's telling you right now, you need fire in your breath. And I guarantee you that if you get this fire, it's going to take you from an 8.5 to a 10 in your industry. Your culture is full of pussies.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I know.
I,
It's literally
I'm gonna work
it's
on
literally
this.
1.2 billion pussies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go be the exception.
But I'm gonna work on it. I mean, uh,
Fire.
yeah.
Fire.
By the way, before I go, you mentioned like you playing Resident Evil 2. Are you excited for RE9?
Yeah, I'm getting it this week.
Same
Yes,
here.
sir. I mean, wow, the new World of Warcraft expansion is coming out the same day, so probably I'll be busy leveling. But I'm getting Resident Evil 9, of course. That's why I'm playing number two, and then I want to play number three. I probably won't finish it, although they're pretty short. Um, because I played Resident Evil 2 when I was like 8 years old, man. You know, I'm old. Like the original Resident Evil 2 came out when I was fucking 6 years old, so um, I don't remember a lot, but I've played four, the original one, on PS2. I think when they ported it from GameCube. I've played five. I didn't play six. I played seven. I didn't play Village. I've played zero. I played two back in the day. I played a little bit of three, and then I've played most of them. And Outbreak. I love Resident Evil Outbreak was so fun. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get Resident Evil 9.
Cool. I mean, I'm just taking up a lot of time. I'll just let
It's
others
okay.
speak. So,
You're fine. Go fuck some pussy, buddy. You need to at least lose your virginity, my friend. It's been too long.
yes.
It's been long enough.
Yes. Yes.
Make your
Yes.
move. Put your D in her pussy. Because
All
it's
right.
it's nice that we got in a fight and you're still my client, but it also doesn't look great when you're still a virgin after 5 years. You
No,
gotta give me a better
it's
testimonial than that.
no, it's mostly me. It's mostly me.
I
I
of
mean,
course it's mostly you. I'm awesome. Of
yeah.
course it's but come on, be a success. Do it for me and for you. There's not a better testimonial than your happiness. So go be happy. Go fuck some pussy. And you need to train yourself. I'm not kidding you. You need to start training yourself in women because there's going to be a few bad ones and they will come out. They're going to put you in their sights. And if you don't have the skills, they're going to eat you. It's going to happen. I promise
Which
you.
is why I'm gonna work on it. Like I genuinely take this advice. Like
And if you
whatever
get a
comes,
girlfriend, you better fucking hire me because I need to make sure she's not going to fuck you over.
of course, of course.
And by then, you'll have enough money. 20 grand will be
All
nothing to
right.
you.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Okay, buddy. Good seeing you. Oh, and the Lord Buddha was from that culture. And look at you fuckers now. Where's your balls? Ugh. The greatest being in the history of the cosmos was born there. Oh, okay. All right, Brian. What's up, buddy? Did she respond?
She has not responded.
That's not good.
No, she looked at my message at like 5 something this morning and just didn't get back to me. I'm like, all right, okay then. Not sure what to do about that one, so I just kind of just left it as it is. I'll probably leave it as is for like a couple days maybe and just see what happens. If anything happens, great. If not, I might reach back out. I'm not sure what I'd say just yet, but I'm reading your book. As of about noonish today, 1 o'clock somewhere there, I started reading your book. Had to get some schoolwork done. But like
I mean, you
I
had a
did go
long
out.
interaction with her,
Oh yeah,
right?
very much so. Yeah, it was like
So,
a good 4 hours.
that's the majority of it, right? Like here's the thing, bro. I've like not talked to girls for months and then sent them a message. Like let's say I knew a girl and then I sent her a huge message and I asked her out and they said yes. Like
Okay.
the message texting only fails when you do something really weird or small mistakes over a long period of time. But like
Okay.
you had a 4-hour interaction with her. If she's not interested, she could have a boyfriend too. It is possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
It is
My
possible.
my intuition kind of tells me she might because, like, I'm very intuitive for the most part. Like, I may not always know what to do with my intuition, but like I can pick up on stuff, and I don't know what, like, why it is the way it is. But like, I'll ask myself, okay, does this girl have a boyfriend? And most of the time, when I just as an example, or will this girl be open to me saying hello to her or hitting on her or whatever? And if I hear a yes, I'll go and do it. If I hear a no, I'll sometimes test it out anyway. If it's a no, oops, well, guess I was right. You know, gotta fuck off or whatever. Not really, but Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can usually feel it out. I guess I think. I did an approach today at Meyer in my neighborhood area, so girl was definitely more my type. But um, initially, I just said like, "Hey, what are you gonna make with all that?" Because she had like a bunch of stuff in her little basket. So, oh, I'm making tacos. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I actually have a beef taco skillet I just made up this morning or whatever it was. And then she went to move somewhere else after that. And hold on just a second, trying to, because there was people passing by through the aisle. And so as I went up to her and said, honestly, I just think you're absolutely stunning. Wanted to get to know you, see if you're cool. And she said, oh, yeah, it was nice meeting you, whatever, and just kept walking. I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah, that's not
that
interested.
didn't go so well.
That's not interested. That's
Yeah, that's
that's
kind of what I
that's
figured.
that's your answer.
Yeah, it's what I figured. I thought about going back around saying something else, but I'm like,
No.
no, she's
That's
not interested.
enough.
It's not worth my time.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Yeah, no, that's enough bruising of my ego for a day. For not for a day, but for the moment.
Ember, for context, we talked yesterday. He met this girl while he was doing some drone stuff in a class. They talked for 4 hours. He didn't ask her out in person, but he did get her Instagram or her
No, I got a phone number.
phone number, and then he texted her to ask her out for a coffee over text. Why didn't he ask her out in person? Because he didn't want to make things awkward. But that's what I told him. I said you shouldn't care. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't really see what else. I mean, we could have gotten into a conversation, but we need to work on you being more direct and just like,
Me?
yeah, that's what I'm, as a
Oh, I thought
meta.
you were talking to the audience.
No, 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 no,
So
no.
hold on.
No, I'm using you. I was using you as a context. Now I'm talking to you. We need to work on
Yeah.
you being more direct. Uh,
Yeah.
and
And my knee jerk reaction is to say something direct, but I'm like scared, so I try to go a little for more observational opener, for example.
the fact that you're
Sometimes that works
scared
well,
tells
sometimes
me
it
that
doesn't.
you need to do that more
Oh, I'm sure I do. Yeah. I just
without going
I have
autistically direct, as we said.
Right. So hold on. Two things, I think. First thing I think is, what was I gonna say? Um, if I were to go direct right off the bat, I tend to fumble the ball very quickly because I don't know what else to say after that. I haven't really built anything up before that to really fall back on later after I say, "Hey, I think you're cute" or whatever. So like if I just start with that, I'm like, "Okay, great, great reaction I get. Okay, now what?" You know, and it just gets like, "Oh, whoops,
Like
I don't have anything else to
as
say."
a conversation starter, like, hey, you're cute. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And then, what's your name? How are you liking
Hey, what's
it?
up?
Da da
Yeah.
da. What's up? Yeah. So you
Yeah. The
struggle with
small
small
talk part
talk.
I freeze.
Yeah, you do. Right, because you're good at therapy talk. You're bad at small talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So when I did tell this girl that, hey, I thought you were stunning. Want to see if you're cool, if you're just who you are. Whatever I may have followed up with, was that too direct? Do you think, or just because she seemed kind of okay to talk a little bit at first, and then when she figured out that I was trying to actually have a conversation, she kind of got less interested. But she did wait for a second, I think, when I said, hey, hold on, wait a second, or whatever,
But you
when
didn't
people were passing.
actually like let her know your intentions, right?
I did after the people cleared out of the way because there were people that just fucking piled through at the worst possible point. But yeah,
You
so
complimented her or what?
so here's how I think I remember the conversation going. So I roll up to her and I've passed her several times because I was getting like, "Oh, shit, I need to say something to her. I just, being indecisive on how I want to go about saying something to her. And I just end up saying, what, fuck it. So I roll up to her and she is picking something out from this department and say, hey, what you gonna make with all that? And whatever's in her basket. She
That's
said, oh,
right.
I'm making tacos.
Right, right, right,
Then
right.
I say, oh, that's cool. I actually made a beef taco skillet last night or whatever.
And then she was like, okay.
Pretty much. And
Right.
and then she
And
kind of
then you
started
said
moving away
wait,
at that
and
point.
then you said wait, and then you went over to her,
Correct.
and then what did you
And then
say?
she just kept walking after I got closer to her and basically showed that she wasn't interested. But she was all flushed red too, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you didn't let her know what's going on. That's a so
Well,
you
once she started walking, then I said, well, when I got closer to her before she started walking away, like actually walking away. So honestly, I just thought you were absolutely stunning because I
Oh,
knew
that's
she was
right. Oh,
walking
okay.
away. I needed to like make sure that she knew that in case she was actually interested, so I didn't just keep following around
And
like a
then
puppy dog or whatever.
that's when she just said, she said
Oh,
thank you, and
thanks.
then
It was nice meeting you too. Whatever, just kept
what,
walking. I'm like, all
you
right, well, have a nice
too?
day. I don't know. It's like I said. Well, she kept walking, and she said, "Well, it's nice meeting you." I'm like, "Yeah, nice meeting you too. Have a nice day." And we just walked off.
If she
I
was
walked off.
flush red and smiling, and she reciprocated, she
I
said
don't
you
think she
too,
was smiling.
but she said you
I don't
too.
think. I don't remember who said that part. I don't remember who said. I think I may have said, "Well, anyway, have a nice day," because she kept walking, so I just figured she was not interested. And so I had a car, and she had a car.
Just Josh and usually has spot on intuition, and I think he's right here. I think she had a boyfriend. Almost always, if you approach a girl and she's giving great reactions, but then doesn't go out with you, or like doesn't like follow up, and she kind of just like exits, usually she has a boyfriend.
Yeah. So
Usually,
this
when you see
particular girl we're talking
positive
about, or the
sign,
girl I
yeah,
talked to.
both.
Okay.
Both. I think this girl and the girl from the drone thing. But that's the thing, dude. If you would have just asked her out in person, you could have figured it out. She could have said, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend.
That's true. The reason I also didn't do that was because I don't want everybody else in the nearby vicinity, which was like all the volunteers and people that were right around me, to be like,
Who gives a
"Oh,
shit?
he just asked her out." Well,
Who gives a shit? This is what we talked about yesterday. I said, why do
I
you
do it for
care?
my reputation,
Who
but
cares?
okay.
I'm not saying you ask out every fucking pussy in a 5 fucking foot radius. I'm just saying, like, when you're not, don't be afraid to ask girls out. Most girls
Right.
respect men who can ask girls out. It actually helps your reputation. Now, if you're fucking machine gunning it and you're like, hey, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? Okay, yeah. Now you're going to get a reputation. But you're not going to get a reputation just for asking a girl out. And in fact, if they see you ask a girl out, she's like, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend. You go, oh, okay, cool, no worries. You know, I wish you all the best.
Yeah, that's what
And
you do.
and you handle it well. That also does good for your reputation because they go, oh, wow, he handled that really well. He didn't get butthurt. He didn't get pissed. It looks good on you.
Right. And that is usually how I handle it if I hear someone has a boyfriend or whatever.
Then why are you being scared?
Because I'm intimidated by their beauty, I guess. I don't know.
No, you're afraid of embarrassment. It's very normal. It's very normal. Everyone's
too.
afraid of embarrassment.
That too.
Yeah.
That's probably the main thing. You're right.
Yeah, you're afraid of embarrassment. Everyone is. Everyone is.
But like even when it was me and that hot topic chick on my couch or whatever, it's like I was still nervous. And it's like date number 4, and I'm like,
Well,
I don't know why I was nervous still.
because you haven't integrated confidence from your success. I mean, how many girls have you fucked?
2.
Okay. How old are you?
31, almost 32.
Yeah. I mean, it's a late bloomer, but you've also you had fucking autism. So that fucking sucks. Like, that's a difficult thing. You've made a lot of progress. You should have a little bit more faith in yourself.
Thank you, Hector.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Because like I do get in my head a lot, and I do kind of have a tendency to. No, I'm not gonna say that. I do have a tendency to beat myself up quite a lot. Like I'm sure a lot of other autistic people do for not being quote unquote
Everyone
normal.
does. Everyone does. Even non-autistic people beat themselves up for,
That's probably that's true. You're right.
everyone struggles with it. Now, I'm not saying you should walk around like you have a 30-inch dick. Like you obviously aren't like where you should be.
Not mending or anybody.
But I don't think you should. I don't think you should beat yourself up either. It doesn't really help to beat yourself up. I know.
No,
that's
it doesn't.
That's how I progressed. I spent a lot of time beating myself up. I used to literally abuse myself. I mean, literally, I would punch myself when I would do bad. I was very extreme. Very extreme.
Yeah.
Don't
Went
do
on
that.
that rabbit hole too.
Don't do it. Stop beating yourself up mentally or physically.
Right. Right. And it's challenging though when like your brain starts going on a vicious loop. You know what I mean? Of like different rabbit holes it goes down, and it's just like I have a very obsessive mind, as you had pointed out yesterday, and that's been my life story too. I've always had an obsessive mind. So once I start having these thoughts of oh man, that was probably not great, and if the shame rises a
Right,
little
you
bit.
start obsessing over it
Yep.
and you replay it 1,000
Yep.
times in your head, and then you're like, oh my God, yeah,
Right.
no, I get it. I'm like that.
So that brings me to my next question, though, which is after I approached this girl, I felt a little bit of shame, maybe. I'm not sure if it was self-induced of my own thoughts at that point afterwards, or it was based on the reaction because I got all flushed, too, because I have very fair skin as well. Because I got, flustered and whatnot, and when I get that way, I turn beet red. So that might have been part of it, too. But also, I think what I ended up doing was I kind of channeled the shame I was feeling and turned it into a little bit of anger, not towards her necessarily, like in the interaction, but like anger to like keep myself from feeling really shameful about any of that.
You can do that.
I tried to make
You
sure.
can do that. No. As long as it's not
Okay.
directed at her, it's that's useful. I would rather you
Okay.
be pissed at the shame than shameful.
Okay.
Like get frustrated at the fact that you feel shame. That's actually
Right,
healthy.
okay.
That's healthy. As long as, but then if it goes here, if it goes 1 foot to the right and then you get angry at yourself, then you've gone too far.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
can use anger. It's kind of like someone who's lazy and they won't go to the gym, and then they get so fucking pissed that they won't go to the gym that they end up going to the gym. So
Right,
so
yeah.
it could be
That whole
useful. It can be useful, but you have to like be careful with it.
Right. And I noticed myself, with myself, I tend to, like I said, obsess about stuff, and it does become more self-directed at myself.
Of course it does.
And I think a lot of that also has to do with just that I'm used to being told that I'm the one who has to change because I'm the one with autism, so I'm not fitting into the world naturally, which is true.
Which is
And that's
it's unfortunately true. I can try to tell you otherwise, but yes, you have to change.
yeah,
The world is not going to magically adapt to you tomorrow. Yeah,
no. And if I thought that way, that would be very narcissistic of me, and
yeah,
irrational and quite delusional.
yeah. It would be delusional.
So, like Rumi says, like a wise man. I mean, like thought he was wise when he said he wanted to change the world. Then he got really wise and said, I'm going to change myself."
Right. Exactly.
I'm like, brilliant.
Yeah.
Problem is, I'm very stubborn about changing myself because I'm
Well,
tired
yeah,
of being the one who
I
always
tried to
has
get you
to
to
change.
use lowercase on a text yesterday, and you you fucking lost your shit. So start with that. Start small.
Right.
That's how you eat a whale is you start chunk by chunk. But I get it, dude. I struggle with the same thing. I'm an obsessive person. I get it.
So, so when that chick from Hinge, that the astrology chick, when she sent that longer text message to me, the more recent one,
Hmm.
and it was all like no punctuation, no capitalization, like it was a one big long rant, like with no pause in there for me to like know what she was really talking about. That really bothers me, and I do not want that in a partner. So,
Okay.
um, for me, like you don't have to be like formal, as in like book formal, but I like to have a little bit of intelligence in the text messages from people as well. Because to me, it just really it's like, come on, how hard is it to know which there is there and which one's the correct one to use? There versus theirs or they are. And it's like that shit drives me nuts. 'Cause I'm like, come on, how fucking dumb are people
I don't
that
think
they're just
they're just not paying attention.
yeah, and that
But I
that
think you
kind
should.
of lack of
I think you
attention
should work
bothers
on
me.
that. I think you should work on that.
I
I think you.
have
Yeah, you need to work on
and
that.
continuing to
That
do so.
it's a way too small of a thing to make such a big deal about.
Right, but also I think for me at least, it would show that the person just doesn't care enough about the conversation to at least appear decent. It's like dressing up in like clothes, like ratty clothes to go to a wedding or something. It's an extreme example. You don't do that if you really respect the person, and if you respect yourself. You don't just show up looking like a fucking homeless person. You put on
Well,
something nice
is talking to
and
you a
go to the
wedding?
wedding.
I mean, think about it. Is talking to you a wedding?
That's why I said it was a bit of an extreme example. But like
But think
even
about
just to
it.
go hang out with friends in like a bar or club, you don't just wear like what's comfortable. You dress up a little bit, depending on where you go and what you do.
You're
You have a style,
this is expecting too much. You're expecting too much.
probably,
Hmm.
but I also don't want to just ho schmo on the side of the road just to be my girlfriend necessarily. I do have very high standards for. I used to have higher standards, I should say, for who I was being willing to date. Like, it used to be only, towhead blondes that are natural towhead blonde, blue eyes, fair skin, 5'7". That was like the thing for me for like forever. I've come a long way, and I've really dialed that down to like being willing to fine if you're brunette or redhead, I'll fuck with you too. Let's be fine. I'll give you a shot.
Yeah, I think Joshin has a good point. I think you're too inexperienced
Yeah, I agree.
to know what you want.
I think I'm too inexperienced to be able to have what I want to right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you're expecting so much, but you're not offering a lot,
Right. And it's what I'm not
which
really
is
sure what I can offer as far as just
offer
in
up to
general.
be a more entertaining presence. Right now, you're very heavy.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it. Like you're getting very emotional about very small things. When someone's like, let's say I'm not coaching you right now, I'm just a dude hanging out with you. I hear you talking like this. It makes being around you sound like an exhausting endeavor. Like I have to make sure to like use
Okay.
your, not your, right? Use the apostrophe or he's going to get weird. He's always going to have something to say about something. Like you're not easygoing. You're not an easygoing person. It kind of, every time talking to you feels like therapy.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
That makes sense. That's what I'm used to.
exactly,
But
I
doesn't mean
know.
it's what
Right,
I'm
I
doing
know.
now.
But it's not fun.
Right.
You're
it is draining
interesting.
emotionally.
You're interesting. I'll give you that. Like, you're an interesting person, but it's not fun. You're not a fun person to talk to.
No, I'm not.
Right. Well, you need to change that because dating is supposed to be fun.
Okay. So two things with that. First, how do I be fun? And
Take
also,
yourself like 100 times less serious.
so not quite okay, because I have done that before and I became a dancing monkey and I'm a little
No, you didn't.
not sure
No,
my
you didn't. No, you didn't. I think you need to go, but that's not the same. First of all, you probably didn't go as bad as you think you did. Second,
okay.
it's okay to go to an extreme. And third, being less serious doesn't mean you're joking. Like, you need to not think, when I say take yourself less seriously, it doesn't mean everything's a joke, nothing's serious, hoo hoo ha 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 ha. Like, that's not what it means. What it means is stop getting super like heavy about every topic.
Okay.
Like, I need to ask this girl out, but I need to make sure she's comfortable, so I'm going to ask this other person out to make it. Bro,
Right.
just fucking ask her out. Do you see?
Yeah, I do.
Like,
Just be more simplistic about it.
simplify. It doesn't
And I
mean
think
everything's
where
a joke. That's not what I'm saying. Not everything. It doesn't mean make everything a joke. It means don't make everything formal.
Right. I agree with that 100%.
Be not formal, but it doesn't mean everything's a joke. Like, don't go from one extreme to the other.
Okay. Because that's what I'm afraid will happen. Because
No.
I have gone to both extremes, and it's like neither
Yeah,
one.
don't
really
go to the
works.
extremes.
So
Hey man, use lowercase letters. No, what the fuck? Why is this such a big deal?
did I say it like that harshly?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Go listen to the recording. You were like, no, I can't do that. Like maybe you were
I
trying
had
to.
a big smile on my face when you were saying that, though. Just for the
Yeah,
record.
but it's too extreme of an emotion.
Okay.
Here, I'll
'Cause I
show
thought that was
I'll
just
show you
being
how.
goofy or funny. At
No,
the
I'll
same
I'll
time.
show you how to feign being goofy. This is how it would come off. So this is unfortunately this is the autism. So you would say, no, I can't do that. It's gonna be so. Okay, get it. Don't worry, Hector. I got it. That would be like a funny way of making it serious. Like, no, I'm gonna die. I can't not use proper grammar. Okay, no, I get it, Hector. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll use lowercase. That would be an example of like really obvious. I'm fucking joking.
Okay.
But you were doing it so loud and so expressively. You don't have finesse in the way that you express yourself.
Okay.
You're very
Because I remember
binary.
the first. Yes, I am, and I'm trying very hard to not be binary, and that's very.
I know.
I'm working on it.
I know it's hard, Brian. I know. I completely understand. But I'm just going to tell you what to do. But I get it.
Okay.
I get it's hard. I know. You literally just don't process these things in a normal way. But you're doing your best, and I'm proud of you. But
Thank you.
But unfortunately, you are starting from behind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. Because the first conversation we had, not the one way back a couple years ago, but the first one we had like in 2025, I think you had said to me that I wasn't expressive enough.
Right.
So
Right. So now you're starting to express more, but now you're going too loud.
okay. Because I do get, when I get passionate about something, I do get more intense.
I bet.
Just naturally.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
I bet you do. That's the
And I
problem.
don't need to feel comfortable doing that around people usually, unless I feel safe with somebody, then I feel for the most part safe with our conversation.
Sure.
So I can do that.
Sure.
But it's still too much for a lot of people, and I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So learn
I
how
haven't
to
told it out too much. So
tone it down. Tone it down.
Okay.
Fine. So you were like not expressive enough. Now you're being really expressive, but now I need you to kind of go here. Go here.
okay. So go in the middle.
And you can find moments to go like this. But you're like this. You'll stay here for like a minute. Only stay there for 10 seconds.
Wait, hold on. So stay and do the hand gesture thing again because I
Okay.
missed that. I
Okay.
did my screen
Okay.
on.
So here's not expressive at all, right? This is too
Okay.
expressive. I need you to come more here. Okay. Oscillate around this area. This end of the spectrum. You can sometimes have a moment where you go really loud, really expressive, and then come back. But only be here, be really expressive for like a couple seconds.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of curiosity though, this is off of a different kind of tangent here. What kind of girls do you think would be more apt to be willing to put up with me, for lack of a better word?
Where
Because
you
I do
where
have some
where you
struggles.
currently are?
Correct. Like what kind of archetypes or
That
groups of people?
don't even worry about that.
Okay.
This is a abstract concern.
Okay. Because I'm like, I don't have
You're
a ton
you're
of
trying to
connections
plan.
here.
You're trying to plan.
Yeah, but I'm also trying to find a place I can meet more like-minded people too, because I don't have a lot of that around here where I live.
My wife is so much not like me, bro. like
Okay.
like not me at all.
Okay.
Just go meet girls.
Okay.
Okay? Go.
We'll do.
Don't
Yes,
come
sir.
back until you do 20 approaches. Direct approaches.
Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you to give me what that looks like in your eyes, so I can make sure I do that in a way that's
Do you have my day
correct.
game course?
I do not.
Okay, I'm gonna add it to your account. Okay, there you go. I'm giving you five hundred
Oh my god,
dollars.
I fucking love you. Thank you
Okay, you're
so
welcome,
much.
buddy. There you go. I'm gonna add it to your
All right.
account. Go watch it, and it's literally a course explaining on what to do. Okay.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Beautiful.
All right.
All right, I'll see you later. All right, take care.
See you, buddy. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Mewing. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Any updates?
I had a hell of a fucking night, that's for sure.
Okay.
No, so the one girl who I told you like kind of like instantly like submitted to my frame, I pretty much just had her like basically like beg to give me head in her car. That was pretty fun.
Wait, what? What girl?
This was okay. I told you I had like the fail with the the two threesome,
The threesome.
the
Yeah.
threesome.
Right.
Yeah, and then I had a success. That was this other girl.
Okay.
This white girl. Yeah.
Okay. So
I
you
don't
already
I-
fucked her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you saw her again last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I basically had her just beg to give me head in the car. I was driving home and got into a fucking accident. Second one I've ever had in my life.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Jaw got like hit a little bit, but yeah, I'm good.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I said,
And
hell of
then
a fucking night.
and then sorry I didn't respond to Julian in the comments, by the way, buddy. I someone got hit by a truck. They're still alive.
Oh, yeah, that was horrible. I'm glad he's like,
Traumatic. You got a TBI, traumatic brain injury. I'm super sorry. You should definitely tell girls, hey, if I'm a little bit slow, I recently got hit by a fucking truck. First of all, it's kind of funny. Second of all, they're not gonna think you're performing. It's very obvious. Like you wouldn't. It's such a big lie that they don't think you'd like. If you were lying, it's such a bold lie. Like what the fuck. I hope you're okay, buddy. Please recover. But yeah, tell girls, be like, hey, if I'm a little bit slow, I recently got hit by a truck.
and be like, yo, if you need a strong man, I got hit by a fucking truck.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
about as strong as it fucking
Yeah,
gets.
there you go. Yeah. Like I said, you can turn it into being funny. But okay, another person getting hit by a car. Okay, but
Yeah.
you're okay.
Person completely did an illegal turn. I ended up hitting the side of her car.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt. She said she had some back pain. Hopefully, she's fine. But,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
fucked up situation.
Okay. Is insurance gonna cover it?
Yeah, I have insurance. I don't know if she does. Like I said, she was actually unresponsive at first, but thankfully,
Like she got knocked out?
I don't know what happened because I like went up to her window and like knocked on the window and
Oh, she was in shock. She was
Yeah,
probably in shock.
either in shock or
Yeah,
she was
probably in
like
shock.
laid out. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
thankfully everything was fine.
Okay. So you get in an accident, then you get your dick sucked. Like, give me the
No,
order
this was
of-
before. That would have been fucking crazy if I
Okay.
just acted. I'm like, I'm gonna go get my dick sucked. I literally just I guess that'd be pretty good therapy, but no.
Yeah, it would.
But no, the reason I had came on today is I wanted to ask about, okay, so I have this thing where I do enjoy a bit of banter and like girls who can like shit talk with me, but I noticed that if I do not hook up with that girl, at times it can become a bit disrespectful. Do you think it should be advisable to, if I have not slept with the girl yet, maybe to like kind of like put that like on a bit of lockdown initially? You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. Yeah, I get it. It's like you guys are. Well, here's the thing: are you interpreting it as disrespectful just because you haven't fucked them, so you're just pissed that you
Yeah,
haven't
and then
fucked
it's
them?
like because it's like
Yeah.
I'm like fine with like extreme humor. Like look, like a girl might call me a faggot or some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up, bottom or some shit like that.
Uh huh.
And then it's like, but then it's like at times it like starts to snowball. And I'm like, okay, I'm like at a certain point, I'm like, okay, I don't want to fucking snap on you to like because we were at that point.
What do you mean is
But
getting extreme? Are they like?
uh, maybe it's me being like you said, maybe it's me being a bit insecure about some shit. But it was like, okay, hold on, now. I'm gonna need you to like calm
Well,
down
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit.
Do they get super racist with it or what's going on?
No, not racist, no.
Oh, okay. Well, they're not going
So
hard enough
somebody calls me
then.
a bitch ass nigga. I'm like, nah, hold up. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to whoop you and you.
Uh-huh.
What your next man is,
Well,
I'm
well,
gonna have to
they
whoop his ass too.
should.
Just
They should. They gotta go to. You can't go to. You gotta go to a 10. No, I think you're getting
you know what
butthurt.
I mean? Because I think it
I
kind
think
of.
you're, I think you're
I've
getting up.
noticed it.
You're getting upset. You're not. So we're like I'm talking shit with a girl, but then we
Yeah,
don't fuck, and then we keep talking shit. I'm pissed because I'm not fucking her. So now I see it as disrespect. I think my initial instinct right now is just you're getting butthurt that you didn't fuck me.
maybe. And then also, like I say, the girl that I mentioned who I was like friends with, she got super fucking passive aggressive. I think she did get pissed that we didn't fuck. She ended up getting a boyfriend, and like I said, the text that she, because I hadn't spoken to her for like about a month or so, the text that she did like send back was super fucking passive aggressive.
The one who ended up hooking you up with the girl you were fucking.
Yeah, my friend ended up saying, "Yeah, you should like look at this girl."
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So that's the friend
yeah.
is the one texting you passive aggressive.
No, the girl that I did not hook up with. The girl that
Right, the one
yeah,
who you went on the date with, like the third
yeah,
date, and then she
yeah. And
went
then we
from
ended up
wanting
like
to
play
hook
fighting in
up
the
to
car. Yeah,
like, yeah, I
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah, because you were in a car wrestling with her and you didn't make a move on her. Yeah, of course she was pissed. Um, that's not her. Well, what was her text?
Oh, super. Hold on. Put that shit on the fucking
Yeah, like
Discord.
what did she say? Like just screenshot it, send it to me. I can tell you if it was passive aggressive or not.
I showed it to my friend. My friend was pissed. She thought she was fucking being passive aggressive as fuck. Let's see. Discord. So I can find this. It's like way up in the fucking depths of a chat. Hold on. My phone got fucked up in the car today, so I can't even like do it. So I have to like pull this up from my Discord.
Bing bong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to like dig for a bit. Give me a second.
That's fine.
Shit. This should be it. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Yo, what up?
Yo, what beta key were you doing?
Seat of a triumvirate.
Wait, how did that one end up?
All right. Yeah. Can you?
I gave you permissions.
Yeah. Should be right here.
I just am not doing good, bro. What the fuck? And yeah, there are some things I don't appreciate about your behavior. The times you called me were holidays where I was with my family and one being was at the dinner table, so obviously I didn't. What was the text you sent? What the fuck kind of
I
response
was literally
is
just
this?
checking on her. So the thing was, she had like the leg
When
injury.
you
and
picked
after,
me
like,
up by my waist and hoisted me at the club, that was weird. Fuck you, bitch. The same homies that were there that night said you didn't talk to them unless I was there. You also didn't really talk to anyone at Mosh. And the play fighting with me did make me uncomfortable. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You were
I
playing.
gave a fox response.
You
My
were.
friend said I gave like a fawn response too because you'll see.
I have a boyfriend now too, so I'm not trying to be close with you. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. Who's this fucking cunt? Plus, I know you don't see me platonically, and I always have, apart from all that. What?
Yeah.
Well, I ever responded to it for a shit while and a shit ton of fun. What the fuck? This is such a weird ass response. I would literally respond. This is one of the most whack ass fucking responses.
Dude, like I said, this is what I said. I gave a fawn response because I had not processed what it was.
Okay, thanks for
It
being
wasn't
honest
until
about
my
it. Yeah, I'm
friend
perfectly
fucking
good
sent
with
some
being
shit.
chill if I ever see you. I talk a little good amount because she was. No. You got to tell this bitch to fuck herself. No.
That's what I said in person after a while. This is what I said at the time because
Then
I had not registered that she was this fucking passive aggressive.
Yeah. Okay, then you covered it in person?
Yeah. Yeah, now we just aren't like speaking to each other at all right now.
Oh, you got into like a fight?
We didn't get into a fight. Like I've seen her a few times. Her friend, who I actually think is pretty cute, we've still chatted, but anytime I like see her, we it's just like a no speak, like no whatever basis right now.
Nah, man. Nah, you never validate this shit. Like I used to do this. Like, okay, someone sends me a fuck ass message. I go, hey, you know what? Be cordial. I've learned that doesn't work. No, you don't do that.
that's what I was talking about, like the whole disrespect thing.
Yeah.
And I was yeah.
This is not banter. This is a girl being a cunt.
Yeah.
This is just being a cunt. This is
my
not...
friend was fucking pissed.
No. You tell someone to suck like 5 dicks simultaneously if they send you a text like this. Be like, first of all, don't fucking play that shit. We were both like wrestling in the car, having fun. Don't like backtrack and try to make me look bad. That's some fuck ass shit. Don't you ever fucking imply that. Like, you put down the law and you say, don't fucking come near me. Don't talk to me. You're fucking weird as fuck. Go fuck yourself. No, like, you put these people in their fucking place. Like you tell someone they're a fuck ass crazy cunt. I'm gonna screenshot everything. You're weird. Fuck off. Like, you tell the fuck off these people. Like, you call them every fucking slur in the book. Like, no.
I said, yeah, I definitely did say if she said something else to me, I was fucking going off full fucking crash out.
No, they're getting 10 hard R's. That's what they're getting. Like, I'm there. No. They're
that was funny because I remember when I said that she called me a bitch and I thought she meant that as a joke. I was like, if I knew that meant you thought I was a bitch ass nigga, I might have fucking
No. You tell someone like this to go fuck themselves. Like, don't you ever like. No, don't even try. Because
I reread it and then processed it and I was like, hey, yo, ain't no fucking way.
Yeah, you're way too reasonable with this person. Because the problem is essentially what she's doing is it's kind of setting up, you're a fuckboy, but you're also, like, it's not exactly accusing you, but it's borderline saying you're a fuckboy, and that's what you don't see me platonically, but I've always seen you platonically, which is literally explicit. Yeah. That's explicitly not true. You trying to rewrite history is a fuck ass move. And the fact that you're trying it shows me that either you're emotionally unstable or you're a cunt. Either way, not going to work. Second of all, you didn't talk to any of my friends unless I was there. Why didn't you bring that up then, fuck ass bitch? Like,
even wasn't true because me and one of her friends are literally two of her friends I'm really fucking cool with.
Exactly. So be like, doesn't even make any fucking sense. You're clearly just going through some shit and you're trying to pass off your anger to someone else, but I'm not having it, go fucking scream into the void. Deal with your own fucking anger yourself, bitch. Like, you let them have it. Because someone who talks like this is borderline. This is the kind of person who would falsely accuse someone.
Yeah.
That's
This
what I
definitely
see.
like changed my whole perspective on her as a person. I was like, damn, I actually like really used to like someone who
Yeah.
was capable of doing this shit.
Yeah. No, you say, don't talk to me. Don't come near me. Fuck off. Suck a dick. And then you end it. Be like, don't ever contact me again. This is one of the most fuck ass messages I've ever seen in my life. You give people like this nothing. You use moral superiority to like a 10th degree.
Yeah, my friend was like, bro, you handled that so much more fucking nicer than I expected you to.
No. And I used to think that sending messages like you sent was a good thing. It's not.
It's not, yeah.
Because it validates what they said. Now, do I think you should? I'm reacting emotionally because I'm defending you. The actual final message I sent, I'm not gonna say like go fuck yourself and did it. Like, I'm gonna tone it down a bit. But you essentially need to communicate that emotion of suck a dick, don't fucking talk to me.
Don't fucking
like,
talk to me.
like you say, hey, this is not true. The fact that you're like you've said this and this and this, which is definitely not platonic. So you saying it is really weird. You're rewriting history, and that tells me that either you're trying to like lash out at someone because you're going through a tough time, which you said you are. I don't appreciate that. Keep it to yourself. Maybe go talk to a fucking therapist. And second of all, you saying like I picked you up, that's you implying you're getting real close to like implying something, and I really don't appreciate it. And if you start saying shit like this, you might hear from a lawyer. Like you need to. This is what I mean by monkey games. I'm sure you've heard me talk about monkey games.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen that video.
So this is monkey games. This is like primal, kind of threatening you kind of language, right? When you smell a threat like this, you triple down. Oh, you want to go? Cool. Yeah, let's go. Because the moment you show you're afraid, that's when predators pounce.
Yeah, like I say, if somebody who I didn't care for at the time even remotely try some shit like that, I'm like, nah. It's like it's on fucking sight. I don't give a fuck who's there right now.
Right.
But it was like this was someone who I thought I actually did care about. So
right. So it's a wake up call. It's a wake up call that someone who you were cool with can flip so hard.
So it's the switch up was crazy.
Yeah. This immediately makes me think she's borderline personality disorder. That's borderline. Because a normal person, how would a normal person express these emotions? Hey, you know what? I really liked you. You didn't like me, or I kind of thought you just wanted to fuck, and that kind of hurt my feelings. Like, there's ways to say these things without like borderline saying you were like you shouldn't have grabbed me. You weren't playing like.
Now, mind you, she literally kissed me in front of all her fucking friends too.
Exactly, but you need to say that in the text. You need to have receipts. You need to say, do you just like make out with people in front of your friends who you see platonically? Don't even remotely try to pull that kind of fucking bullshit. And the fact that you're even trying shows me you're either mentally unstable, which is reason number one, don't ever fucking talk to me again, or you're just lashing out at me, which is also really immature. Reason number two, don't ever fucking talk to me again. You bend that bitch over and spank her into fucking like Zimbabwe. Like you just say, fuck off, don't talk to me. And if you try spreading this fuck ass shit, trust me, I'll win. So you have to threaten them.
Yeah.
Don't let people. No. I've tried to be reasonable with these people. It never works.
It never works. Yeah.
Never works. Never works. Treat them like the fucking Black Plague.
Shit. Yeah, I guess it was a good thing we didn't fuck, because who knows what the fuck might have happened at this point.
Yep. Because she's that type. Sometimes not getting the pussy is a blessing. Sometimes it is. There's a couple chicks who I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, no, that's. Mm-mm. As soon as
Yeah,
someone
and that was
says
like
something like
bothering me
that,
for a while, and I was like, I want, because I guess I talked to my friends about this, and I was like, I wonder what Hector would like think about the situation.
oh, 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 I'd say some real fucking rancid ass shit to her.
I thought about some saying some
Yeah,
shit, but I was like, you know
yeah.
what? If she said
Well,
something to me,
you do have to, but it has to be. There is a point where if you back an animal into the corner, then they start fighting harder. So there is also a balance, right? So if you go too hard, you might actually motivate them to like actually try some fuck ass
try
shit.
some shit.
So it has to be like, you could tell her to go fuck herself without telling her. Be like, hey, like you kissed me, so it's really weird. Like, okay, instead of saying, don't even fucking try that cunt ass bitch, I'll get my lawyers on you. So that's just, again, my emotional reaction. A way to say it is like, do you normally kiss people that you see platonically? So you quote her, only see platonically and always have seen platonically in front of your friends.
Or,
Yeah.
sticking your tongue down their mouth,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
grabbing your ass,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you're moaning.
yeah. Be like, nah, don't even try that. Not that's not gonna fly here, right? So you try that, and then you just you handle it like that. You point out they're wrong, you give the reaction. You point out they're wrong, you give the reaction, and then you just say, hey, you know what? Looks like you're going through some stuff. Wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. Just that's it, right? Because you don't want to do the don't ever fucking talk to me again. Don't come near me. Don't look at me. Because then that's a little bit too real. But that's how it should feel.
That's definitely how it felt when I like fully processed everything.
Right. You should send a message that feels like fuck off. Don't talk to me. And every time you see her in person, you look at her and you look away and you get cold. And you treat her as if she does not exist.
Oh yeah, I've already been doing that. So
Yeah.
yeah. It was funny because I went to go talk up to her friend right next to her. We didn't look at her at all. Just took her friend to the doctor. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say shit to her.
Yeah, fuck her friends. Definitely fuck her friends.
Sure, her friend's really fucking cute, actually.
Do it. I'm sure she's a fuck ass friend. I'm sure they don't care. Yeah, no. No.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about today because I was like, yeah.
Mm-mm. These people are bombs, and you stay away from them.
Oh yeah, thanks, homie.
Yeah.
I can say I always give you some good content at least. So.
Yeah, no, that's, and I know it's very extreme, and it's not like I wish her bad. Like
I even said the same thing. He's like, as fucked up as that situation was, I still wish he does like become a better person and actually does do well in life in some ways.
Right. Like
not with me, because fuck that bullshit. But.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not wishing something bad happens to her. I'm not trying to hurt her, but I need to make it so abundantly clear that she shouldn't even try anything with me. That it would be the biggest mistake of her life to try anything with me. She needs to feel scared to come at you. Because you didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, no, like I said, I'm pretty sure I treated her with nothing but kindness and love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were play fighting in my car and made me uncomfortable. So you got in my car with someone who you're uncomfortable with, and you were wrestling around with me and grabbing on me, and like, I'm feeling you up and you're totally okay with it. That's not normal. Like, someone who's normal, if you do something, they're like, oh, hey, please don't touch me. Like, that's a normal reaction, right? So, no. And I don't play with this shit because this shit ruins people's lives. Like, this is where I get pretty, like...
I say, yeah, I love women, but when I went through this little experience, I was like, ooh, this...
No. Don't let it destroy you, but no. I've gone through stuff like this.
Yeah, it was definitely a wake-up call.
Yeah, it is. Be careful.
All right, yeah. Thanks, man. I definitely appreciate that.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, Dimitri. How many approaches have you done?
Hey, I've only done one so far today.
Okay. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I could. It was very quick though.
Okay.
Um, s- so it's a lot more positive than the last one we talked about with the gym girl. Um, I was at a restaurant, Indian restaurant, it's a food stall, and then she was the one taking the orders at the stall, and then midway I noticed she was cute while I was taking the order. So I just went straight for a compliment and said, "Hey, by the way, do you own this place?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then, by the way, you're really cute, you're pretty, kind of look like a local celebrity. She does. And I tried to engage in conversation to like get to know her more, like what you said, like, so how long have you been working here? She's like, oh, I worked here a few months ago, and then what did you do before? Oh, I worked at a call center, stuff like that.
A
Um, I-
Filipino working at a call center? No fucking way! Wow, never. Okay, go ahead.
that's a fucking stereotype, but yeah, man.
It's real. It's not a stereotype. It's real.
Yeah, I know you know that because like when
Mhm.
you have problems with your credit card, you're probably talking to a Filipino.
I either talk to an Indian or a Filipino. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, who has the better English though?
I don't know, man. They're both pretty bad.
Yeah. We have funny expressions like just a minute, but that minute's like fucking 10 minutes instead or like
Filipino
30
time.
minutes.
Filipino time. Yeah, you guys show up
Yes,
3 hours
sir.
late. It's fucking wild.
It's kind of like Latino time, you know?
Or black people time, but it's like 10 times worse. Yeah. Okay, so you're talking to her, but it doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah, so like it was positive. She was very, it was a light, casual conversation. But then again, it is in a way kind of like hard gun game.
Yeah,
Um,
she's working, so she's being
she's
charming because
working.
she's working.
Yeah, exactly. But like I had to stop because at some point, because Indian restaurants are not very common here. So I asked, how did this whole thing came about? Is the owner Filipino? Blah blah blah. Later on, there was a guy at the back of the kitchen cooking the food, and then I asked her like, "Oh, so is he the owner? Is he the cook and the owner?" And she was like, "No, he's just a cook, and he's actually my boyfriend."
Ah, there you
So
go.
that's why I stopped.
There's your
That's why I
answer.
stopped.
Okay. So what was your
Uh,
question?
I mean, no, I just wanted to update you that like
Oh,
it was
okay.
a more positive interaction.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good. I'm happy.
You know?
I'm happy. Good.
Yeah, yeah. But I was actually wanting to tell you yesterday about the fucking weird part that I wanted to talk to you about was I actually never got that sort of weird reaction before it looks Max, which is fucking weird.
What weird reaction?
That one yesterday, that the girl who got weirded
Oh,
out.
who said
I mean,
I
not
would
a
very
girl,
I
but
would really mind to like
yeah, 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 yeah. I never got that kind of like reaction when I day game before it looks Max. I'm not saying I'm hot shit. I'm just saying like it was. Yeah, I just
Are
never
you
had a.
thinking it's because you look better, so she got her ego hurt and she wanted to like hurt you because of it? Is that your theory or what?
I have no fury. I'm just confused.
Oh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't even know what you look like. I don't even know if you look better. You'd have to show me a picture of you before and after the nose job.
Yeah, well, I mean, other people have been saying it. You look better.
Okay.
So,
Maybe you do.
but yeah, man, like, cause I'm not done yet with all looks maxing things. That's why I'm like, before I go out there in the pro, I gotta fucking looks max, bro. I don't mean like,
You're gonna give me a stroke.
yeah,
Go do.
man.
Okay, I don't want to hear from you until you do 20 more approaches.
Fair,
20. 20.
fair, fair,
Okay?
fair. Okay,
Okay. I look forward to hearing from you.
sorry, Burgess. Gotcha. All right,
Okay.
all right. Peace out, bro.
Good luck, buddy. Ciao, ciao. Oh, yeah, that girl was a hippie chick, and I remember you saying they're some of the shittiest people you've met. Yes! Hippies and hipsters are some of the lowest life scum you'll ever meet in their entire life. I'm telling you, they are awful people. Awful people. I know. I've spent a lot of time around them. Yep, I am Eric Cartman. Fuck the hippies, bro. Yep. That's a good episode. Oh, yeah, fuck hippies, bro. They use their spirituality as an offensive weapon. Like, I know I'm an asshole sometimes. I don't justify it in different ways. Like, if I'm doing it as like a teaching tactic, that's one thing. But like when Mewing was telling me about this girl and I'm losing my shit, getting fucked, like I shouldn't be that angry. Like it's a problem. But he also still needs to defend himself. That's why I said when I send the final message, like I'm obviously going to probably alter it a little bit, but I still want to get across the energy of fuck you, cunt. But it doesn't mean that I don't recognize that my anger is a problem. But hippie people, they'll do some weird fuck ass shit where they'll say like, oh, well, like I remember this one bitch was such a fucking bitch. She was a really older woman and she was staying at this like apartment I was in, and she made some comment towards me and kind of gave me some shit, and I didn't really like fight back because I was trying to be like non-confrontational. Anyways, later on I was pissed at her and she's like, she wanted me to help her with her computer. And I just kind of looked at her. I was like, you can figure it out. And she's like, are you still upset at me? She's like, you need to connect with your higher self and you need to look past small things like this. Like she started like trying to use some fucking gay ass faggot philosophy to try and explain why I should help her with her computer. You know, that's what I mean. Like, hey, you need to look over the fact that I was a total cunt to you and you need to help me. It's like, fuck you, bitch. It's like, no. There's a reason why you're fucking 60 and you're like early 50s or whatever the fuck she was, and you're fucking single and no one wants you and you're staying at some fucking commune apartment for free, you know? What about left-wing women versus right-wing? Both of them are awful. If you meet a woman and she identifies as any political thing, nope. Nope. The left-wing feminists are fucking crazy, and the right-wing trad wives, they're all cosplaying. I promise you, they are playing an act. They have serious problems. No healthy woman is out there going hard with like political ideologies and is actually a healthy woman. The healthiest chicks you'll meet, like if you ask them about feminism, they'll just give you some like, well, you know, I think we should all be equal and da 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 da. But they haven't like given it a lot of thought. But they're not like rabid about it. You know? Like they'll just give you a whatever answer. Like it's just like non-committal. Because it's not their focus. Like they'll have opinions about certain things that happen. Right? But it's they're not gonna like go to marches or like post about it. Like once a woman is like hardcore involved with like any ideological spectrum to like a really extreme degree, they're probably not the most mentally stable person. I would say this for most men as well. Like anyone who's like really extremely portraying an ideology is probably not the most mentally stable. Like all these pundits and ideologues that everyone watches, good or bad or left or right, I wouldn't want to be friends with most of them. Like they're probably pretty not chill. I don't like anyone who has an extreme ideology. Like I'm pretty conservative ideologically. I have some liberal views. And I've had fun with the whole like, you know, different election cycles and everyone's arguing, debating. Like I enjoyed getting into debates and had fun with it. But it's not something I'm like super crazy about. Like, it's mostly just fun. But I'm not out here actually like going crazy about shit. It's like whatever. But yeah, any woman on any extreme point of view is usually probably not a very healthy woman. Like when being conservative was like the hip rebellious thing to do, like in 2016, I think it was funny to like piss libtards off and this and that. But now that things are swinging in the other direction, and I see some of the conservatards, talking about all this shit, I think it's boring now. Because it's going to become the norm, and you're going to have this. You're going to have all the same problems, just like on a different level. Socially, you're just swinging in the pendulum a different way. It's mostly people just. It's just a power struggle. That's all it is for the most part. I think very few people are actually concerned with like the actual morality of things going on. Because when you're concerned with real morality, you're very like case by case basis. You're very contextual. Like, oh, this illegal immigrant killed this woman and da 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 da. That means we should get them out. Yeah, maybe it does. Oh, but then in this case, this happens and this happens and this happens. Well, if you follow this, if you just continue the train and you always support this side no matter what, that's a dogma. That's not an actual ethical framework. Like, your ethical framework has to be consistent. And it's the same problem with the left. The left and the right, like, they just support everything that happens on their side. And that's not real morality. Real morality is very contextual. Biden did this, Trump did this. Well, in this case, okay, I think it's fine. Oh, no, I didn't like that. And this isn't me like actually talking about the politics itself. This is me talking about the people behind the politics and the social and dating repercussions of it. Because you're going to date people who are like ideologically, like my wife and I don't agree on a lot of politics. Like I said, I'm pretty conservative for the most part. It's pretty obvious in how I talk. But I'm also a Buddhist. So as soon as anyone is dying, or there's any lies going on, or anything involved with, like, I just hard disagree with it. I can't agree with anything. Because I'm a Buddhist, I'm just 100% against any of that. So, but it is funny. There is one thing I will notice about liberal women. Liberal women are really attracted to conservative men. Because liberal men are usually very limp-wristed. Most liberal men are like one of two people. Limp-wristed pussy-ass bitches. Like just the most cowardly pussies. Or they're psychopaths who mask themselves in leftist ideology to get pussy. Oh yeah, baby, I agree with you. Yeah, fuck ICE, fuck Trump. They just want to get pussy. I know because I've met them. They're total psychopaths. They co-opt lovey-dovey ideologies to hide the fact that they're complete psychopaths. Conservative men, you have your typical, like, super anti-gay Republican senator who's actually gay. Like, it's not a stereotype, it's real. Or you're really hyper masculine but kind of fucking stupid, like, guy. Right? Like, those are the extremes of those ideological spectrums. Like your caricature over masculine guy who tries way too hard to be, like, it's also real. I know, I've met them. But the only thing that happens is at least the hypermasculine guy makes the liberal women's pussy sweat. Because it was funny when like 2016 was happening and all the elections, and like all these leftist women would write articles about how like they've decided to stop fucking Trump supporters or something. And it's like, well, how are you even in that problem in the first place? It's like the fact that you were even fucking them shows me that, well, it sounds like you're attracted to like all the traits you say are toxic because it's true. Hypermasculinity is gets pussies wet. Yeah. I know. I would sleep with all of these like feminist, very hyper left girls, and I was like openly conservative. It was very funny. And they say they hate me, but then they'd suck my dick. It's really funny. But now I don't care about any of that. It's fucking. I'm very nuanced. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. I'm sure you could ask me one question and I'd agree, and you'd be like, okay, he fits. And then you ask me a different question, and I'm like totally on the other side. All right, Liam, I'm gonna finish. So make it a quick one. I've been going for 3 hours. You got 10 minutes.
Okay, sure.
I hope you're well, buddy. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just I'm tired.
It's okay. I just joined. I didn't realize how long you'd been going.
Okay. How are you? You
good,
being any crazy bitches, or are they kind of stable now?
No crazy ones. Actually, it's the one I was telling you about earlier is like the only crazy one, I think.
Sure. Have you heard from her?
Actually,
by the way?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, yeah, it's better she's out of your life. That bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
Wait. Keeping from our earlier my little rant, is she like really leftist in her ideology? I'm guessing she's like a hyper.
No, actually.
Really?
No.
Is she just
she's
not
like
political?
kind of like libertarian.
Oh, libertarian. Oh, those chicks are also crazy. Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, any girl who's extreme left, right, or libertarian, which is like a weird kind of middle. Yeah, anyone who's like extreme about stuff is usually.
She's like the leftist variety of libertarian.
Okay. Like make weed legal, but small
Yeah,
government, and
like
yeah.
Morality is subjective.
Oh, is she an Ayn Rand kind of libertarian? Like.
Oh no, but I am.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so hit me with it.
So it's a question about approaching. So I guess I always have this problem where like I don't really, it takes me a long time to decide like if I want to approach.
Okay.
Like I don't
what are
just
the
see
thoughts?
and
What are the
know.
thoughts? Is she attractive or you're scared? Which one?
It's a bit of, I mean, yeah, obviously there's a bit of scaredness. I mean, I've done it a lot, but I'm still, well, not a lot by your standards, but I've done it a decent amount of times, maybe 100 or something, but like I'm still scared.
Sure.
But I guess that I'm sort of worried about like I don't know. Sometimes well, I feel like I have like a limited number of
Allowed approaches, like you.
yeah, because I'm doing it on a college campus.
Well, you do. Well, how big is
Yeah.
the population of the campus?
I don't like 15,000 or something.
Okay, I was day gaming on a 4,000 campus. Right, so you got some room, but 15,000 is not 50. You're not at some big state college, so I would. You don't have to tell me what university it is, but like, is there a city next to your university as well?
No, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, mine was bumfuck nowhere. Like the majority of the town's population was the fucking college. That's, yeah, you do have to be more selective. I would say reinterpret it not as you being scared. Even if you are, just say, I don't need to worry about the fear. This is just a like reasonable hesitation. Because if you get afraid about your fear, then it doubles the fear, right? It's like getting anxious, and then you get anxious because you're anxious and you think you're going to have a panic attack, but then you start panicking because you think you're about to have a panic attack, which makes you have a panic attack. Which, in fact, the answer to not having a panic attack is going, okay, whatever, if I have a panic attack, so what? And then it goes away, right? So if you start getting anxious, like, oh, fuck, I don't know, should I approach it? Just go, okay, hey, of course I'm going to be reasonable. Like, I shouldn't be approaching too much. It's not a huge campus, but 15,000 is enough that you can do like 5 to 10 a week and you should be okay.
There's also the consideration of like
approaching the same girl twice.
Oh God, yeah, that terrifies me.
I did it like 1 or 2 times.
It's but if I'm not spending a lot of time like sort of observing her or whatever, then I'm not going to remember what she looks like.
Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
and then I mean the other thing is I'm have to be worried of like who can hear me.
Yeah.
Approaching.
Okay. Again, I did it.
The best place in terms of like if I wanted to approach with no one else hearing, and also there's lots of hot girls walking by, is like in between classes or
correct.
Whatever.
That's the best time.
Then the problem is it's like I have like 2 seconds to like look at her.
Yep.
And decide if I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like too.
I mean, yeah, you're fucked. I mean, yeah, this is a difficult problem.
Okay.
But again, I did it in a campus of 4,000, and people would hear about my approaches. I would get a text from a girl saying, "Hey, I heard you talk to my friend." It was that small, tight-knit of a community, and I still was doing it. So
I actually already had one of those.
Okay.
There was some girl who I had talked to 2 years earlier, and I guess they.
So, well, did it end up bad?
It actually that one went really well. Like
okay, okay. So your history. Look at the actual evidence. Most of the time, when people heard about me approaching girls, like one time I went to it was like a gym class or something. I forgot what it was. It was military science, and then I think like we had like a PE thing, and I go to it, and this girl is like, "Hey, I heard you approached my friend today." I was like, "Oh yeah, that one girl. Yeah, she's really cute." And she's like, "Wow, that's really brave of you. Like, that's really cool that you would do that." And there's a guy sitting there. He's like, "Oh, did you just like walk up and like, what did you say?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I just told her I thought she was beautiful." He's like, "Oh man, that's really brave. Like, holy crap. Like, like I respect, bro." And like, it was just good responses. Right. And I remember this even, like I remember I approached some random girl at this town I was in, and then this couple walked past me after I approached, and they're like, "Hey man, that was really cool. Like I really, they both liked it. They were both like, that's really cool that you would like go talk to a random girl." Right? And she even ended up being 16. Like I talked to her and I was like, "Hey, you're really cute." And I talked to her and she's like, "Oh, I'm 16. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Hey, blah, 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 blah." And they heard it, but they didn't have a problem because they're like, "You didn't know." Like it didn't even cross their mind. They were just like, the fact that you did it was cool. They didn't come up and say, "Oh, you talked to a 16-year-old." I was like, well, of course. I didn't know who the hell the fuck she was before I talked to her. But they just commended the fact that I tried. Most people have no problem with it. The only people that are going to have a problem with it are white knight weirdos, super crazy feminist cunts, or really jealous people. Which, guess what? Those two people fit under the umbrella of really jealous people. Right? Feminists see any attempt to talk to a girl as fucking rape because they will never get any attention, so they have to cope with that reality, and so they make it like any attempt to mate is fucking an infraction, And then white knights also, they're not going to get any pussy, so they want to make sure no one else is going to get any pussy. Outside of that, most people have no issue with you talking to girls. And if they do, they can suck your fucking dick. right? Now I do know you're in a post grad, if I remember correctly, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So you are in a little bit of an authority position, right?
And I have
Exactly.
approached girls who were
In your class. Yeah,
class I was
exactly.
TA, but
Exactly.
it
So
wasn't-
this,
they weren't in my.
you weren't
that
yours. Correct.
wasn't the
Correct.
problem. Yeah.
Have you read the exact code of conduct? Do you know the exact rules? No,
no.
you should. You should look it up.
It's a good
I'm
point.
pretty sure you're only limited to people who are currently in your class.
Yeah.
If I have to remember correctly, most university policies are you can't sleep with someone who's directly under your influence.
Actually, no, that is what it is because they make us take this stupid
Of course they did.
sexual harassment training.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Yeah. No, they're fucking insane. I'm glad Betsy DeVos repealed Title IX. That shit was absolute fucking fuckery. It ruined so
Can
many
I
lives.
ask one more really quick question?
Sure.
I mean, if it's not a quick answer, feel free to
Sure.
leave. But
No, it's fine.
so I guess I don't understand the principle behind like. Okay, so like, how much should I? Let's say I approach some girl. We have like a 5-minute conversation. It goes really well. I get her number. How much should and like before I got her number, I said, yeah, we should hang out sometime or whatever. And like, so in a sense, she already agreed to go on a date. And then like, how much should I text before just asking like, when are you?
I've tried everything.
Yeah.
So I've tried the very business approach, like as soon as you get their number, you just ask them out.
Yeah.
And then I've tried the conversational approach where you talk to them a bunch and then you ask them out. Both work. And I can't really predict when one is going to work versus another. So find something in the middle. I think you should like have a little bit of like, hey, it was nice meeting you. Yeah, it was nice meeting you. How's your day going? Da 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 da. Cool. If it doesn't go anywhere, cool. Just go to business, ask her out. If it does lead to a conversation, cool. We can build some more rapport and then ask her out. So I would say always start on the conversational side of things. Like just start a conversation like, how's your day going?
Yeah.
And then if it goes well, great, ask her out. If it doesn't go well, still ask her out because fuck conversation, just get to the business. I think that's the safest route where you can kind of like, you have the best result anyways.
Okay. Yeah. I've had some recent like conversations or I tried to go down the conversation route and they weren't that
exactly.
responsive.
If it doesn't get responsive, then just cut it immediately. If you're like, how's your day going? Good. How are you? Good. By the way, when do you want to grab that coffee? Just
Okay.
get it.
So it seems like that isn't going to work very often, but you're probably screwed either way.
Exactly. That's the other thing. It's like, if they weren't interested in talking to you anyways, then they're not interested in going on a date.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of always still having the same response. The trick of texting, the first couple responses is usually entirely how good the interaction was. Like unless you send something fucking weird as shit, like your first couple texts, whether she responds or not is usually pretty up to like how you interacted with her.
Yeah.
Like if
It's
you
weird though because I've had some recent ones where I thought the interaction was really good.
I know.
Right.
First of
after,
all,
maybe I misread it. I don't know.
sometimes they had a boyfriend and they just didn't mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to think about the logic. Hey, we obviously had a great interaction, and she said yes. And the reason I know this is because I've had enough times where girls would text me and they would say, hey, I did enjoy our conversation, but I actually have a boyfriend. And what they're implying is I got kind of lost in the moment and I like talking to you, but then I kind of came to my senses. Like that's like the underlying message. They don't say that. They don't say, oh, I was lost in your eyes and I wanted to suck your dick, but then I remembered I had a boyfriend. But it's kind of what they imply. And I've had clients get texts like these. I've had clients get texts where they said, I really enjoyed talking to you, but I actually have a boyfriend. So what I do with that experience is I go, this probably happens more often, but they just don't confess it. They just leave me on red. Because, I mean, think about it psychologically. Ugh, I kind of flirted with this guy. I gave him my number. I feel bad. I have a boyfriend. Let me just not respond. Hopefully he leaves me alone. And they delete your number and delete your text, so there's no evidence, right? So that probably, and also we have statistical evidence for this being the case because 60% of all people are in relationships.
Yeah.
So it's just the overwhelming possibility, right? So if you see a interaction go really well and then she doesn't respond, it's usually she had a boyfriend or it didn't go as well as you think it did. Like, it was nice, but you interpreted what was just her being polite and social as flirting.
Yeah, I'm not that great at interpreting these things yet, so
It's okay.
could have been either one.
You'll never be perfect. Like, I can still read things wrong. Especially when I'm just like, hey, I talked to her, she liked me. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'd have to listen. Like, the only time I'm really sure about things is when, like, I have an audio recording. And I'm like, oh, like, I had a client who thought that this girl lost interest, and he had an hour and a half recording. And I listened to, like, a good, like, first 10, 15 minutes, and then I skipped to the end. And she still seemed super interested. And I was like, no, dude, this girl really likes you. I was like, why didn't you try and pull her? You know? And I think she was just disappointed he didn't make a move because she was really flirtatious. She really liked him. And he's like, yeah, but she didn't text me back. And I'm like, well, I think that's because she was disappointed nothing happened.
Okay, well, I get those are my questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Good talking to you, man. Good seeing you.
Bye. See ya.
All right, buddy. See you. All right. When are you going to release your other DLCs on audio download? Oh, you mean like just as an MP3? Yeah, I need to do that. I only have my first 9 modules as audio. It's not even that hard. Like, I literally just have to take the fucking file, run it through my editor, but just export as MP3 only. God damn it. Making me do fucking work. Fucking all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I've been meaning to do it. Every time I go to that part of the bonus downloads, I'm like, I should probably do that. And then I'm like, and then I forget about it. All right. Or maybe I'll just ask my editor to do it. Be like, hey, man, can you just run this through fucking... No. God damn it, Hector. Stop being lazy. Just fucking do it. God damn it. It literally takes like 10 seconds a piece. Like, it's not that hard. All right, fine. Fine, I'll do it. Fine. Fuck you. Here, let me get started right now so that I don't, like... It's all about momentum. You know, like, just do the first one, okay? I think I have module 1 through 9 already done, right? So, okay. This is my Meet Girls Everywhere course, by the way, guys. It's my day game course. So if you go to my website, hectorcastillodating.com, go to courses, Meet Girls Everywhere, and you buy it, it's a course on how to talk to girls. And I added a bunch of content, and he's asking for the MP3 files, like, just so he can listen. Oh, but then I gotta... Oh, I gotta get my buddy to, like... Okay, I know what I can do. Yeah, I can just make a big file and then zip it and then put it in. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. All right, I'll do it. Okay. All right, everybody. Love you guys. I did 5 hours yesterday, 3 hours today. I love you guys. You can see it. I'll just do 1 a week from now on. Sometimes it'll be Saturday, sometimes Sunday. I'll announce it on my post. And hopefully my voice comes back. It's a little scratchy, I know. All right, everybody. Love you. Wish you all the best. Ciao, ciao. Oh, Ember Gray, by the way, the guy who's afraid of commitment. Don't think like that. That's a very girly thing to think. Oh, he's afraid of commitment. If he likes you, trust me, he's going to want you as a girlfriend. Don't fall for that girl trick where you're too empathetic. If he wants you as a girlfriend, he'll want you as a girlfriend. Yes, do people have commitment issues and like stuff like that? Yeah, people do. But the strength of desiring someone usually way overpowers like trauma. But again, I would need more context. So the next time I have a live stream, you should hop on and actually talk to me. It's a lot easier to have a conversation. I know it's embarrassing to tell your business to the world, but it's a lot easier to have a conversation. Okay. I don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday. I'll post about it I'll post it on my YouTube. Like, you'll see it as a post. Just go to like the community tab of my YouTube channel. I'll announce it by like Thursday or Friday. All right, everybody. Ciao, ciao. Love you.